The following is a presentation of the Liberty Flames Sports Network from Van Wagner. Your Lady Flames play here.
Free throws are good. Flames try to break through the pressure to get a shot at the buzzer. They go inside to Smuda. Smuda turns and scores as the horn sounds. Bella Smuda corner to Hess. Hess for three. Boom! Emma Hess, her third three-pointer of this first quarter.
The Liberty Flames Sports Network from Van Wagner.
Fakes the shot, gets everybody to bite, takes it into the paint, floats it home. Beautiful move.
With Liberty and Conference USA, it's time for the Flames to rise again. Rise with us. Welcome to live pregame radio coverage of Liberty Lady Flames basketball from Van Wagner on the Liberty Flames Sports Network. Liberty Lady Flames basketball is brought to you in part by Segra, a proud partner of Liberty University. Segra offers customized business technology solutions. You can learn more at segra.com. Liberty basketball is also brought to you by Carter Bank. Life lived full. Foster Fuels, providing reliable service for 100 years. Freedom First Credit Union. Start banking for good with Freedom First today. Carl Miller Realty, caring, competent, trusted advisors. And by Lynchburg Nissan. Nobody beats our prices. Nobody. Welcome to the Lady Flames Tip-Off Show, powered by Segra. Coming up, we'll hear from head coach Carrie Green. Plus, pregame analysis, starting lineups, and much more are on the way. Now let's go live courtside with the voice of Liberty Lady Flames basketball, Jamie Hall.
Hello everyone, welcome into Huntsville, Alabama. The Lady Flames of Liberty are doing battle today with Middle Tennessee and the Conference USA Women's Basketball Championship. A repeat of last season when these two teams also played for a title in this building here in Huntsville. In that game, Middle Tennessee won 67-51, out shooting the Flames 42 to 33%. Boldareva had 21 points. Savannah Wheeler, who has since graduated, had 15 points and 9 assists for the Flames. Bella Smuda had 21 points. Liberty really couldn't get the offense going other than Bella and lost by 16. Lady Flames come in as the number 1 seed in this year's tournament by way of tiebreaker because they finished even with Middle Tennessee during the regular season. Both squads were 16-2. Lady Raiders were 26-7 overall. The Lady Flames 25-6. Liberty is currently on a 10-game winning streak, and they've also won 17 of the last 18. The last loss was on February 6th at Louisiana Tech. How did the teams get to this point? Liberty beat Sam Houston in the opening round, 78-51, the number 8 seeded Bearcats. Flames outshot them 50% to 32. Also were 44% from 3, and Sam Houston didn't hit a 3. They were 0 of 10. Asia Boone had 16. Avery Mills and Bella Smuda had 10 apiece. Then the Flames knocked off La Tech 80-53 yesterday. Were a +7 in rebounding against a very good Lady Techsters boarding team. Also outshot La Tech 51-38% and only had 10 turnovers in the game. Avery Mills had 17. Elizabeth Eisdotter had 13. And the Flames as a team shot 40% from 3. So 2 games in the tournament, both games shooting 40 or better from the three-point line. Liberty is one of the better three-point shooting teams in the country, averaging 37% coming in. Lady Flames are the first Conference USA team to ever win 2 straight tournament games by 25-plus points. Middle Tennessee, they are, as I mentioned, the back-to-back champs. They've won 3 of the last 4. They've gone to 21 NCAA tournaments. Conversely, the Lady Flames have had 17 NCAA tournament appearances. Middle Tennessee opened up the tournament by beating number 7 Kennesaw State 73-46, and then they knocked off number 3 Western Kentucky 71-63. They actually trailed going into the fourth quarter of that game last night by 2, but outscored the Toppers by 10 in the final period to get the win. When these two teams played earlier this season, as we take a look at our Aqua Pro Series recap, this is the 6th overall meeting between the squads. Flames are 1-4, won for the first time on the 6th of March in Lynchburg, 61-42. In that game, the Flames won the field goal percentage battle 41% to 31%. They also were plus 14 in rebounding, led by as many as 33 in the fourth quarter. Bella Smuda had 21 points. The first game, though, was the mirror opposite back on January 4th. Middle Tennessee won 69-41 and outshot Liberty 37% to 29%. And they had a 22-11 turnover edge. No one for the Flames scored more than 7 points, and Gregory had 26 for the Lady Raiders. So the one thing that you can kind of pick up on when you look at the last 3 times these two teams played is the shooting percentages, even for the winner, wasn't great. It was about the defensive end of the court, and that's what determined the outcome. The Flames really dug in that next to last regular season game against Middle Tennessee to get the win. Our Alcova Mortgage keys to the game, well, that's it right there. I just said it. Whoever plays the best defense is going to win. Whoever gets in the grill of the opposition, makes them take tough shots, is going to win the basketball game. If the Flames can get Middle Tennessee into some foul trouble, that would be helpful, as their starters play a lot of minutes. As a matter of fact, Jalen Gregory plays 37 minutes on average. 3 of the other 4 starters play 36, 35, 33 minutes. If you look at that by comparison, the Flames' highest minute getter is Emma Hess. She gets 25, and that is 12 less per game than the high on Middle Tennessee, Jalen Gregory. Liberty gets their bench involved, and we'll talk to Coach Carrie Green about that a little bit more coming up here in a moment. Our Foster Fuels Who's Hot, Avery Mills had 17 points versus La Tech, had 10 points against Sam Houston, so she's cooking pretty good here in the Conference USA tournament up to this point. It's the opening of a doubleheader of championship games for Liberty teams. The Liberty men will play Jack State at 8:30 Eastern Time here in the Von Braun Center. And they're hoping that it's the Flames, the Lady Flames, that are cutting the nets down, that then they have to put new nets back on for the men to take home to Lynchburg. It would be an amazing day if the Liberty Athletic Department could sweep this Conference USA basketball title combo. We'll take a break. When we come back, we'll get the thoughts of head coach Carrie Green. Liberty and Middle Tennessee playing for the Conference USA women's title coming up here in just about 20 minutes on the Liberty Flames Sports Network from Van Wagner.
Looking to buy a home or refinance a mortgage? Now is the time to take advantage of your one-of-a-kind offer from Alcova Mortgage. As an employee or alumni with Liberty University, you are eligible to receive a lender credit that equates to 1% of your total loan amount up to $5,000. This offer provides you with some much-needed savings while also helping you tackle your closing costs. Visit alcova.com/liberty today for details. Offer does not apply to broker loans.
Alcova Mortgage, NMLS ID 40508, NMLSconsumeraccess.org, Equal Housing Lender.
At Carter Bank, we believe life is best lived full of opportunities and dreams, of goals achieved and promises kept. We've been creating opportunities for more people and businesses to prosper since 1974. That means great local lending, convenient access to your money, accounts and guidance that make it easier to get more done. We are Carter Bank, the preferred community bank of Liberty Flames Athletics. Visit carterbank.com to learn more. Member FDIC, Equal Opportunity Lender.
Hey, Flames fans, Gentry Lock is fired up to join in the excitement this season. Gentry Lock Attorneys knows it's all about preparation, precise teamwork, and a competitive spirit for the hard-fought wins. We've got that down. With our fierce drive to succeed, uncommon thinking, and extensive resources, Gentry Lock helps businesses thrive. We are downtown at 801 Main Street, and we serve the Commonwealth and beyond with offices in Roanoke, Richmond, and Norfolk. All the ways Gentry Lock can help clients succeed is waiting for you at gentrylock.com.
At Carillion Clinic, the success of their employees is based on a culture that welcomes them and nurtures their growth. As the largest nonprofit employer west of Richmond, Carillion's team members are always learning and forever curious. Carillion is more than a healthcare system. It's a team of unique individuals doing what matters most, caring for the community. Visit CarillionClinic.org/careers and search their opportunities. Come join 13,000 employees who are Carillion proud.
Earthright Mid-Atlantic, your trusted solar and energy efficiency experts. With a focus on honesty, education, and excellence, they light the way to savings, home comfort, and a greener future. Educating homeowners about the power of solar and energy efficiency is their winning game plan. More information about Earthright Mid-Atlantic? 434-200-9716 or at erepower.com.
You're listening to Liberty Basketball and the Lady Flames Tip-Off Show from Van Wagner on the Liberty Flames Sports Network. Our pregame coverage continues with the thoughts of head coach Carrie Green, presented by Earthright Mid-Atlantic. Once again, here's Jamie Hall.
Well, Coach, it's Championship Sunday. Lady Flames in Middle Tennessee going to do battle again, like deja vu all over again, as Yogi Berra used to say. The exact same matchup last year in the CUSA Tournament. I think a lot of folks would look at it and go, wow, that's a great accomplishment. First 2 years in the league, you go to the championship game twice, and you get to play for a title twice. But your team, that's old school now. That's history. That's in the past. You want to take that next step and win this championship game against a very good Middle Tennessee squad.
Well, the reality, it is a big deal, and it is a great accomplishment just to be here. What we are dealing with is expectations, and expectations are also real. We're playing for a championship, and we'll give our very best, and I think we're very capable, and we're a little more seasoned in the conference and seasoned against the people we've played against, and also just our own personal development as a team and as individuals. We've continued to develop and been blessed and have this opportunity, so we're excited about this opportunity.
Now, I don't want to make it sound like what I'm about to say is a negative individually, but if you look at the numbers from last year, and if you just go off the stats, and I know that's not everything, there's a lot more to the efforts that are being done on the court than just the numbers that end up on the stat sheet at the end of the day. But Bella Smuda's numbers are a little down from last year. Emma Hass's numbers are a little down from last year. Jordan Hodges' numbers are a little down from last year. But yet this team, as a whole, as a unit, is better than last year's team, numbers-wise and wins and loss-wise.
Well, I think those three, or even those that played on the team, is their development, their maturity has increased in efficiency, and in addition to some very talented young athletes that are coming in, or transfer portal kid, Anna, and those players are contributing. And I know you wanted to not sound negative, but Jamie, all those girls, the numbers are down, so there's minutes.
Right.
They're averaging 7 more minutes on average, lower. So if it took me 30 minutes to average 10 points, now you only give me 22 minutes or 20 minutes, you cut into maybe a third of my playing time, so my points might have dropped down. So I think there's the whole big picture. You have players that are getting more rest and consequently being more effective when they're playing game after game, and a bench that is developing, and we need our bench today. I expect them to be major contributors, and we take yesterday's game and we score 80 points, and 39 came from the starters and 41 came from the bench. So You know, it's about efficiency and developing and playing together as a team. And the team is developed as a coach would be very satisfied. I'm satisfied with where we're at right now. And we need to continue to just develop and be successful as we do that.
And that definitely wasn't a shot at any of those three, because they're the hardest workers on the court, and they still have great numbers. It's just if you kind of, you get too deep into it, the stats and the analytics and everything. But you're right, the overall team chemistry as well as what the bench is providing is outstanding. When you look at the last three times that Middle Tennessee and Liberty has faced off, 2 Middle wins, 1 Liberty win, and in each of those situations, if you look at the stat line of the winning team, it's not great offensively. It's okay, 40% shooting from the field, maybe somewhere around that, not 50, not 60, not a lot of three-pointers made, but it's the defensive side. It's what is being done on the other side of the court. In all 3 of those games, defense certainly determined the winner, and I'm assuming probably going to be no different today.
Yeah. Middle is a very good defensive team. Team that was number 1 in the country in points scored and also field goal percentage. So you've got to be able to score points against them.
What's the secret to getting some space inside for Bella, because she's got a pretty tough matchup today?
Yeah, she's got a tough matchup. A girl that I think she leads the nation in and blocks, and the Conference USA Defensive Player of the Year. Bella's just got to let things come to her and not really rush things. She will be our outlet when things get jammed up inside. She's a pressure release, and it'd be great if she knocks down some 15-footers. She made some of those shots in our previous game and sort of opened it up. For her, it's just going to be 5-player versus a 5-player, post versus post. They really don't dig down very often and help. They stay man-to-man, and they may switch or something like that, but they're just very aggressive man-to-man and good one-on-one man-to-man. So it just comes down to Bella going one-on-one.
How about the Ortho Virginia injury report coming into today?
Well, we started the tournament, with running some fevers and things like that. We've gotten a little bit stronger and stronger. Are we 100% all the way across the board? No, but we're farther along than we were at that first game. And we're happy with where we're at, and no serious injuries.
Sounds good, Coach. We wish you the best.
All right, thank you.
That was head coach Carrie Green. We'll be back with a relevant law tip right after this. And the championship game of the Conference USA Women's Basketball Tournament, Liberty and Middle Tennessee.
I'm Bob Davis. If you're considering improving your backyard, AquaPros has just what you need. For the grilling devotee, nothing beats the big green egg. Everything tastes better when it's cooked on a big green egg. AquaPros has the full line of green egg grills, charcoal, and accessories. Since 1985, AquaPros has been the source for the world's greatest hot tub, American-made marquee spas. Stop into any of AquaPros 4 showrooms today and make your home a fun and relaxing resort.
Thousands of our teammates make and deliver 300 of the world's best brands and flavors, locally. From the heartland to the coast, in big cities and small towns. Our products are moving, and our trucks are rolling. We share a passion and a purpose, and we love to refresh and serve our communities. We are Coca-Cola Consolidated, your local bottler.
Frank Good Builders is a proud supporter of the Liberty Flames. Frank Good Builders and its partners design and build beautiful custom homes in the Lynchburg and the surrounding areas. From designing a plan to picking out fixtures, Frank Good Builders works with you to design and build your truly custom dream home. Frank Good Builders can be reached at 434-238-3710 or frankgoodbuilders.com.
Your business deserves a bank that values relationships and prioritizes customer service. Since 1979, First Bank and Trust Company has been delivering on these very commitments. Our bankers have been accessible, consultative, and provide a degree of understanding developed through years of commercial experience. First Bank and Trust has the expertise and capital to fund small and large projects up to $32 million. More information on First Bank and Trust and its services is available at firstbank.com. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Turn up the heat. Foster Fuels is a proud partner of Liberty Athletics. Fostering warm moments for 100 years, Foster has been providing exceptional propane and gas services throughout Central Virginia and surrounding areas. From propane to fireplaces and tank installs to tankless water heaters, Foster does it all. Visit fosterfuels.com or download the app to order fuel, pay your bill, and more. Get the customer service you deserve and turn up the heat with Foster Fuels and the Liberty Flames.
This broadcast of Liberty Lady Flames basketball is authorized under rights granted by Liberty University to Van Wagner Sports and Entertainment and is intended solely for the entertainment of our listening audience. The accounts and descriptions of this broadcast may not be retransmitted in any form without the express written consent of Van Wagner Sports and Entertainment and Liberty University Athletics. The announcers are selected by the Liberty Flames Sports Network and approved by Van Wagner Sports and Entertainment. It's game time. Live radio play-by-play coverage of Lady Flames basketball from Van Wagner on the Liberty Flames Sports Network is brought to you by Segra, a proud partner of Liberty University. Segra offers customized business technology solutions. You can learn more at segra.com. Carter Bank, life lived full. Foster Fuels, providing reliable service for 100 years. Freedom First Credit Union. Start banking for good with Freedom First today. Carl Miller Realty, caring, competent, trusted advisors. And by Lynchburg Nissan. Nobody beats our prices. Nobody. Now let's go courtside for the call of the game. Here's Jamie Hall.
And welcome back into the Probst Center, or actually Probst Arena at the Von Braun Center complex here in Huntsville, Alabama, that's hosted the Conference USA Championships, men and women's, the last 2 years and will at least next season also. Built back in 1975. The bigger complex, which is the Von Braun Center, has quite a few other venues as well, smaller theater type and convention hall space. We saw that there was a robotics convention here the last couple of days as well. This arena holds 8,300, and normally it would be much colder in here because their main tenant is the Huntsville Havoc of the Southern Professional Hockey League. They have a couple of weeks off from home games because of events the last 2 weeks, and in that time frame they actually melted the ice, so it's a lot more pleasant in the building than it was a season ago when the ice was right underneath the floor with just a thin layer of insulation in between. This is the opening of a doubleheader for Liberty because the Lady Flames taking on Middle Tennessee for the championship, and the Liberty men will play Jack State for the title at 8:30 p.m. Eastern. So it'd be lovely if by around 11 o'clock tonight, two different Liberty basketball teams would be cutting down nets here in Probst Arena. Middle Tennessee comes in at 27-7 overall. They tied for first place in the conference with Liberty at 16-2. Flames 25-6 overall. They're the number one seed by way of tiebreaker. So they will have the white uniforms today, and Middle Tennessee will be wearing the blue. Starting lineups are being announced. Let's pass those along to you. First, for Rick Enzel's team, the coach of the year in Conference USA, 489 wins on his 20-year career, 163 losses. He'll start Courtney Blakely. She wears number 1, 5'8" senior from Gary, Indiana by way of Arizona. She leads the team with 137 assists and averages just under 10 points a game. Jalen Gregory, first team all-conference, wears number 10, 5'8" senior from Lafayette, Tennessee. had 16 points yesterday against WKU. Hit 4 3-pointers in that game. She averages 14 and also leads the team, averaging 37 minutes per contest. In most close games, 3 of their starting 5 could see 40 minutes, and that would not be a surprise at all. Maybe even 4 of the 5. Tamia Scott wears number 15. She's first team all-conference as well, a 6-foot-tall junior from Clarksville, Tennessee. She had 17 points, 8 boards yesterday against WKU and averages a team-high 16.6. Alina Arike is number 21, 6'2", fifth-year player out of Finland, transferred in by way of Texas Tech and UTEP. At UTEP, she was actually the player of the year in Conference USA on the defensive side of things back in 23. Last year and this year's defensive player of the year in Conference USA is Anastasia Boldareva. She wears number 2. 5'7" senior from Moscow, Russia, had 16 points in the game at Liberty, had 29 points and 7 boards in the opening game of the tournament for Middle Tennessee against Kennesaw State. Liberty and their head coach Carrie Green in his 26th season will field the following starting lineup. Coach Green, 590 wins, 239 losses. Jordan Hodges will run the point. She wears 0, a 5'6" senior from Richmond, Virginia, averaging 6.5 points a game. Also in the backcourt, Asia Boo, number 12, 5'8" sophomore from San Diego, California. At 16 against Sam Houston in the opening game of the tournament. She averages just under 11. Emma Hess wears number 23, a 6-foot-tall senior from Beaver Creek, Ohio. 10 points on average for Emma, and she leads the Lady Flames with 25 minutes per game compared to 37 minutes that Gregory leads Middle Tennessee. Elizabeth Ayesdotter wears number 21, a 6'2" sophomore from Iceland. She had 13.7 rebounds against La Tech yesterday, averages 5.5 and 5.5. And Bella Smuda, number 31, 6'6" redshirt senior from Exton, Pennsylvania, had 21 points and 10 rebounds against Middle Tennessee in the game at Liberty. She leads the Flames, averaging just under 12 points and 6.5 rebounds per contest. Flames in the white uniforms, red numbers, baby blue trim. Middle Tennessee in the blue unis with white numbers. Maybe a little gray trim, ever so subtly mixed in there. Boldareva and Smuda stand at center. Angelica Suffren, the head official, puts the ball in the air, and the opening tip is won by Liberty. Flames going from left to right here in the first half. Asia Boone to the near side, hands off to Hodges. Hodges comes back to the top of the arc with Blakely on her. Now to Smuda in the high post. She takes a couple of dribbles and then picks it up and hands to Hess. Hess curls around, is double teamed for a moment, comes back to Hodges. Hodges for 3, in and out. Rebound, Middle Tennessee, Boldareva. Liberty on defense for the first time as Scott drives in and has it knocked away from her. Ayesdotter was in on the play. Liberty back on offense, no score at the beginning of this game. Hodges off of a screen has it picked off. Bad handoff between her and Smuda. Blakely will bring it down court for Middle Tennessee. This MTSU squad forces about 16 turnovers a game. The Flames force 15. On the far wing, Scott goes along the baseline, takes another tough jumper. It's off. The rebound, though, goes off of a leg and out of bounds to the Lady Raiders. Liberty couldn't quite secure the defensive rebound. With the basketball was Blakely. Now up top. Arike now near wing to Blakely. She'll try a 3 and hit. Middle Tennessee takes the first lead of the game. There are fans and a good contingent of them across to the far corner behind their bench are on their feet. They stand until the opposition scores. Flames hope to give him a seat soon. Hess with the basketball. Double team for a moment. Throws a bullet inside to Smuda. Smuda takes a 15-foot jumper and knocks it home. 3-2 Middle Tennessee. Blakely guarded by Hodges. Now on the near side to Scott. Scott double teamed for a moment, gives it back to Arike. He's going to dip into the paint, lost it, but it goes right out on the far side to Blakely, who takes it inside to Boldareva. She fades and deadens it off the back of the rim and in. Middle Tennessee back up by 3. Hodges on the near wing, comes up top to Eisdotter. Liz picks up her dribble and gives off on the far wing to Hess, who turns into a 3, and it rims out. Rebound, Middle Tennessee. Blakely back on offense, running the show. Looks back to her coaching staff, gets the play, and angles towards the near side of the court. Middle Tennessee is attacking the goal to our left. Scott goes in the inside and has it taken away by Hess. The Flames run the opposite end, and it's a little bit scattered. Boone picks it up, fires a 3, and hits. Nothing really was smooth about that play after Liberty got the steal, but it ended up in the hands of Asia Boone. She took it from about 23 and ties this game at 5 apiece. Arike goes on the interior to Boldareva. She has her shot blocked, maybe by Hodges. Blakely, though, gets the rebound, and she's able to dip to the basket and score. Liberty on offense, trailing by 2 in a spirited first 4 minutes. Hodges to Boone. Boone again for 3. Yes! Asia Boone with the quick release in the far corner. Liberty with their first lead of the game. They're up 8-7. Both teams shooting 50% from the field. Actually, the Flames just above 50% now. Scott's going to drive in, and she draws a foul on Eisdotter. So we'll see our first free throws of the game. Mia Scott, a 68% free throw shooter on the year. The tail of the tape between these two teams is pretty similar. Both teams good free throw line at the free throw line. 75% for Liberty, 74% for Middle Tennessee. First free throw rattles in. Flames score 73 points a game, defend at 60. Middle Tennessee lower in both. They score at 65, defend at 52. Second free throw bounces out, and the score stays tied at 8, or score is now tied at 8 apiece. Flames on offense. Eisdotter with Arike on her. Hands off to Boone, and we're going to get a moving screen, and if that's Eisdotter, then that's going to be 2 quick ones on her. She'll have to check out. Payne Steenbergen will come in with 5:41 to go in the second quarter. Eisdotter had the basketball, handed it off to Boone, and I'm assuming the call was that she kind of stuck her hip out. I didn't have a very good view at it. Smuda defending Boldareva. It'll come outside to Arike, and then re-entry to Boldareva, stolen away by Smuda. She picks it off. Liberty back on offense. Tied at 8. Boone for 3, near wing. No, just a little short. Boldareva gets the board, and Middle Tennessee with the basketball. Approaching the midway point of this first quarter. Scott on the near side is going to drive in on Steenbergen and draw the foul. Scott, coming into today, had taken 163 free throws on the year, the most of anyone on Middle Tennessee. She's already created a couple of fouls in the early going, and will shoot some more free throws to try to regain the lead for Middle Tennessee. They've led by as many as 3. The Flames have been up by 1. We'll take a break with 5 minutes exactly to go in this first quarter here on the Liberty Flames Sports Network from Van Wagner.
What's important isn't that Freedom First has been in business since 1956. What's important is how we've been doing business since 1956. Since day one, we have been accountable to our members, not stockholders. We make loans that cost less, offer savings plans that pay more, and give back to our community, and that hasn't changed. What has changed is our ability to serve you with more locations and more technology to simplify your financial life. Freedom First. It's a place where anyone in our region can bank for good.
Are your feet preventing you from living life? Hi, I'm Jonathan Cotton, and you may have heard my Good Feet story, how I love my arch supports so much that I bought the store. Since then, thousands of customers have found relief from foot, knee, and back pain. I love to hear their stories of walking, running, and just enjoying their new life pain-free. Don't let foot, knee, or back pain keep you from living the life you love. Come into the Good Feet store for your free fitting and test walk. Visit goodfeet.com for the location nearest you. We look forward to seeing you soon at the Good Feet store.
11 West is a proud sponsor of the Liberty Flames. 11 West specializes in apparel screen printing, embroidery, sew-on, and flat printing. From the design phase with their graphics arts team to the finished product, 11 West collaborates with each client to craft custom apparel and promotional products. For more information, visit 11west.com, call 540-639-9319, or stop by their location at 6598 New River Road in Radford. 11 West, outfitting America and logo wear.
You're listening to Lady Flames basketball live from Van Wagner on the Liberty Flames Sports Network. Now, back to the game.
8-8 with 5 minutes to go in the first quarter. Middle Tennessee shooting 3 of 5 to begin the game. The Flames 3 of 6, and that is against the grain as far as how things tend to work out when these teams match up. Flames were outshot in the first game, a loss at Middle Tennessee back in January, but Middle Tennessee only shot 37% in that game, 37-29. And then Liberty outshot Middle Tennessee in the second game, which was a win in Lynchburg for the Flames, but still only outshot them 41-31%. So the fact that both of these teams are 50% or better is a little bit of a surprise. They certainly pride themselves on defense. Scott to the line, her first free throw spins out. Score holds at 8 apiece. She's now 1 of 3 in the game at the free throw line. Asia Boone has 6 points to lead Liberty. Blakely has 5, and now the second free throw is good. Middle Tennessee leads by 1. Liberty with the basketball. Hess at the top of the arc is going to drive through, draw the foul, and hit the shot. Emma Hess muscled her way to the hoop, and that was not an easy shot off the glass and in. Give the foul to Scott, and a chance at a three-point play for Emma Hess. She finishes it off, and the Flames lead 11-9, their largest lead so far. 4:40 to go in the first quarter. Middle Tennessee on offense. On the near side, Gregory lobs it into Boulder-Raven. She takes a couple of hard dribbles, then turns to the right, but missed the shot. Steenbergen gets the rebound for the Flames, and they go back on offense. Up court to Hess. Hess turns into a deep three. It's off the mark, and the long rebound comes outside to Blakely. She doesn't really have numbers, so we'll kick to Gregory. Gregory will take a deep three, and it's off the mark. So both teams traded about 25-footers. Emma's might have been even further than that. Liberty with the ball, and an 11-9 lead. Under 4 minutes to go in the first quarter. Boone open for 3, off the mark. Rebound Hess, though. She'll reset to Steenbergen. She'll try a 3. Got it! Payne Steenbergen off the bench. She's going to see some big minutes in this ball game with Elizabeth Eisdotter picking up 2 quick personal fouls. The Flames lead 14-9. And we've got a problem with the clock, I think. Or is it an injury? No, it's an. Looks like some blood on Emma Hess's knee, it seems. Laura Mancuso, the Flames athletic trainer, is taping her up. Hopefully we'll be able to keep her in the game. Quick work by Laura. She gets a standing ovation on the bench. Nice. Bella Smuda will check out. Emmy Stout has come into the game for Liberty. Courtney Blakely with the basketball. Flames lead 14-9. Largest lead of the game for either team so far. On the far side, Blakely steps outside the arc. Now puts up a ball fake, missed the shot. The rebound is tipped by Boldareva, but out to Hess, and the Flames have it, leading by 5. Up to Steenbergen. Steenbergen's going to drive, bounces it inside to Stout. Stout has her shot blocked, though, by Arike, as Middle Tennessee was able to collapse quickly defensively. Up court to Gregory, and Gregory's three is good. Defense leads to offense for Middle Tennessee, and they cut the Flames' advantage down to 2. Emma Hess at the top of the arc with Scott on her. Goes to the right side and then dips it across to Hodges. Hodges into Stout, and Stout is fouled. Emmy Stout will shoot 2 free throws. A couple of Middle Tennessee players kind of collided in on Emmy. We'll see who the call goes against. I believe it's going to be Elena Arike. Liberty has both Brooke Moore and Avery Mills set to check in at the scorer's table. Hess and Boone will get a rest. Hodges, the only starter still on the court for Liberty. Stout and Steenbergen, the other two, as Stout hits the first free throw. For every free throw the Lady Flames make this season, Food Line Feeds will donate 100 meals to local area food banks to help our neighbors in need. Stout hits on 2, and the Flames lead 16-12. Scott with the ball for Middle Tennessee. She's going to take a jumper from 16. It's off the mark, and Stout gets the rebound. Flames have won, actually they're 1 behind in the rebounding battle. 7-6 in this early going. Brooke Moore at the top of the arc. She's going to drive towards the hoop, but has her shot blocked by Boldareva. Boldareva came in with 122 shot blocks on the year. Middle Tennessee also got the rebound, so they set up their offense. Scott with Moore on her. Now near wing to Gregory. She lobs to Boldareva. Boldareva works the baseline and gets it to fall through. 16-14 Liberty. 1:45 to go in the first quarter. Avery Mills is double teamed, gets it back to Steenbergen. It's knocked away and out of bounds on the near sideline by Blakely. Liberty inbounds to Steenbergen. She'll spin around and dribble to the far side of the court with 13 seconds to shoot. Now works her way down into the middle, dishes back to Moore. Moore drives and then kicks it inside to Stout. Stout with a half hook, and she gets it to nestle home. Emmy Stout with the left hand. Liberty up 18-14. Scott on the near side. Now back to the middle. Retreats and gives off to Gregory. Gregory with Mills manning her. Passes inside to Boldareva. Now to Arike. Back in to Boldareva, and she's fouled by Stout. 2 free throws for Anastasia Boldareva, the senior from Moscow, Russia. Shoots 75% at the line. The 1:02 to go in the ball game, or I should say in the first quarter of the ball game. Got a long way to go in this ball game. It's now a 3-point game as the first free throw falls in. Boldareva's second is also good. First of a championship doubleheader for Liberty, as the Liberty men will take on Jack State at 8:30 Eastern. Savannah Davis will check in for Middle Tennessee. Arike comes out. Jordan Hodges still running the point for the Lady Flames. She comes across half court, guarded by Blakely. Goes far wing to Moore. Moore takes it into the paint, now kicks near side to Steenbergen. Steenbergen steps to the side for three. It's off the mark, but Moore gets the rebound. Her putback is blocked, but right to Smuda, who scores. Right place at the right time for the Lady Flames, and they have a 4-point lead. A minute, in the final minute, I should say, of this first quarter. 30 seconds to go. There's about a 8-second difference between the shot clock and game clock. On the far side, Scott into Boldareva. She works on Smuda and missed. Flames get the rebound. They can hold for the final shot of the quarter if they choose to do so. I think Jordan Hodges now realizes that, pulls it back out to the CUSA Championship logo. Comes onto the near side to Mills, and it's knocked out of bounds, and Mills is also knocked out of bounds. She's actually pushed underneath the table. No foul call. There'll be 6 seconds for Liberty here at the end of the first quarter. They lead by 4. It will be Middle Tennessee's ball to start the second quarter, barring a last-second tie-up. Inbounds comes to Smuda. With 4 seconds, she hands off to Moore. Moore has it knocked away from her, and it goes off of her and out of bounds. So nothing doing for the Flames on that possession. There's now 2 seconds for Middle Tennessee. Gregory inbounds to Blakely. She gets it across half court, fires it up at the buzzer, and her bank shot is off the mark. So after 10 minutes, for these teams, a high-scoring start. Liberty leads 20-16, and it will be Middle Tennessee's basketball when we return here on the Liberty Flames Sports Network from Van Wagner.
Score big at Haley's Appliance and Haley's Outdoor in Lynchburg with major brands of appliances that will make your house feel like a home and outdoor equipment to have your yard looking its best. Haley's puts customer service first. They deliver and service all of the products they sell and will take care of the process from start to finish. Log on to Haley's.com today for product availability. Haley's Appliance and Haley's Outdoor in Lynchburg is a proud sponsor for Liberty Flames Athletics.
Curious about the housing market in Central Virginia? The caring, competent, trusted advisors at Carl Miller Realty have over 100 years of combined experience. We are committed to helping clients make informed housing decisions. For a winning game plan and to discover the value of your home, visit carlmillerrealty.com to make your next move a slam dunk with our winning team. That's carlmillerrealty.com.
Move those coffee chains, Flames fans, and go local. Central Virginia's own Ironclad Coffee Roasters and Baking Company is the premier coffee partner of Liberty Athletics. Pay them a visit at one of their cafes in the Richmond area or at the Richmond International Airport. They'll also ship their specialty grade coffee straight to your door. Visit ironcladcoffee.com, that's www.ironcladcoffee.com, to check out the coffee Flames fans are talking about.
You're listening to Lady Flames basketball live from Van Wagner on the Liberty Flames Sports Network. Now, back to the game.
After one quarter, Liberty is on top 20-16 against Middle Tennessee. Lady Flames shot 44% in the first. Middle Tennessee 38%. Lady Flames are 3 of 9 from 3. Lady Raiders were 2 of 4. Both teams with 3 turnovers, and the Flames with a 9-8 rebounding edge. Asia Boone, 6 points, leads Liberty. Anastasia Boldareva, 6 points, leads Middle Tennessee. There were some weather concerns here in the Huntsville area. Matter of fact, in the entire southern part of the country, as tornadoes, heavy rain, severe storms, winds moving through Mississippi. And we're hoping it doesn't affect anything, but there certainly could be the potential for some severe weather at some point during this basketball game leading into the men's game later on. But hopefully not to the point that there would be any kind of schedule changes or power outages, but it is looking really rough. I haven't looked at the radar lately, I'll take a quick peek at it right now. And we can't hear it inside the Probst Center, but it's clearly raining in Huntsville right now. There's a couple of tornado warnings to the south of us in Tuscaloosa and Birmingham. And that weather is kind of moving from southwest to northeast. So a lot of it will be coming through here. Just the question of, do you happen to be in a pocket that's the more severe stuff? Hopefully we are not. Middle Tennessee with the basketball as the second quarter gets underway. Blakely dribbles between the circles. Now goes far wing to Gregory. Somebody lost her, but Mills got to her in time to block her shot out of bounds. Gregory was open, but took a little time getting that shot in the air, and it gave Avery Mills the opportunity to fly across, not just contest, but block the shot out of play. Wow. Middle Tennessee with the basketball. On the far side to Enrique. She'll lob it into Boldareva. Smuda is guarding her. Boldareva dips to the far side, missed the shot. We're going to have a rebounding foul against Enrique. That will be her second. We saw Elizabeth Eyesdotter pick up 2 fouls in the first quarter. She had to check out, hasn't played for about the last 6 minutes. Jordan Hodges, the ball in her left hand on the dribble across half court. She'll come to the near wing and then now off of a screen back to the top. Nothing for her, so she hands off to Steenbergen, who hands right back to Hodges, to Steenbergen again. Near wing, Moore. Moore's going to drive along the baseline and give back to Smuda. Smuda's jumper in the paint is off the mark. The rebound is tipped out of bounds and it last touched Brooke Moore. So the score holds at 20-16. So we're about a minute in to this second quarter. Blakely now to Gregory. Up to Scott. Scott to Boldareva in the high post. Back to Scott. Lost her footing, but kept her dribble. Will pull up from 15 and miss. Comes up short. Liberty with the board. Anna Bedoza has checked in to run the point for the Flames. She passes to the near wing where Steenbergen has it. Now back to Smuda. Smuda works her way into the paint, kicks outside to Steenbergen. Steenbergen with 11 seconds to shoot. Comes to the near wing, nothing for. Hands back to Mills. Mills with 5 seconds to shoot. Fires one up near side, but missed everything. It goes out of bounds. Great defense by Middle Tennessee. They force the turnover, which is the 4th for Liberty. Score holds at 20-16. Nobody's been able to put any points up in the second quarter yet. Jalen Gregory guarded by Mills. Around a hedge, comes to the near wing and goes inside to Boldareva. Boldareva makes the catch, but rushed the shot. Puts too much on it, and the Flames get the rebound. Up court to Hess. Hess for 3, it's short. And Middle Tennessee with the board. Courtney Blakely with Bedoza on her. Steps into the paint, bounces it further down low to Boldareva, who has her shot blocked by Smuda. Flames come away with a rebound as well. Bedoza settles into the offense and gives out to Hess. Hess calls for some movement. Gives to Moore. Moore drives through and has her shot blocked by Boldareva, and Middle Tennessee comes away with it. Gregory to Davis. Davis back to Blakely. She looks back to get the play call from her coaching staff. Passes on the far wing to Gregory. Gregory forces up a three-pointer. It's off the front of the rim and bounds out of play to the far side of the court. This second quarter is a little bit more of what we expected, a defensive battle. Nobody has scored in 3 minutes after a high-scoring first quarter of play. Liberty's up by 4. Bedoza on offense for the Lady Flames. Now to Smuda. Smuda with 14 seconds to shoot. There's going to be an offensive foul against Avery Mills that will turn the ball over to Middle Tennessee. Asia Boone will come back into the game for Liberty. Brooke Moore will come out. So it's Boone, Hess, Mills, Bedoza, and Smuda. Flames playing a little smaller at this point because of Ayestadter having the 2 fouls. Blakely with the ball, up top now to Gregory. Gregory on the far wing to Scott. Scott drives in, but comes up short on her layup attempt. The ball is loose and picked up by Middle Tennessee. They'll reset to Davis. Davis, 4 seconds to shoot to Boulder-Raven. Now out to Gregory. Gregory's going to have to just jack it up. She does and comes up empty. Air ball. Liberty on the shot clock violation will get the ball back. Still 2016. Flames almost lost the ball on the inbound as Bedoza will get it across the timeline and set up shop. Bedoza with Blakely on her. Lobs a pass to Smuda, and it's tipped into the backcourt by Blakely. She gets the steal, drives through, and draws a foul. Bedoza picks up the personal. Question will be on the floor or in the act, and they're going to say on the floor. Liberty will bring most of the starting 5 back out on the court. Everyone except Ayestadter, who has the 2 fouls. Mills will stay in her place. Driving in is Scott. Scott goes over the top of Smuda and banks it through. First points of the second quarter took over 4 minutes to happen. Hodges on offense for Liberty. Back to Hess. Hess tries to throw a post feed to Smuda. It's stolen away. Middle Tennessee with the ball and a chance to retake the lead with a 3. Tie it with a 2. They led by 3 in the early going. Flames have been up by as many as 5. Scott is going to drive on the near wing, but missed the shot. The rebound is controlled by Hess. Hess brings it back for Liberty. Down in the near corner to Mills. Mills for 3, but it's off the mark, and Gregory gets the rebound for Middle Tennessee. Her pass up court looking for Blakely. Gets to her as Hess tried to get the steal. She goes diving out of the way. And a 3-pointer by Scott has given Middle Tennessee a 1-point lead. Which brings the MTSU faithful to their feet. Flames Smuda up top. Will take a couple of dribbles, goes towards the basket, and draw a foul. And then Boulder-Raven and Smuda land on top of each other. Boulder-Raven kind of flung her foot a little bit. I don't know that she hit Bella, but I think they could possibly take a look at this. The Flames are wanting a review. It brings us to immediate timeout as is with 4:45 to go. Boulder-Raven was defending Bella. Bella went to the hoop and was fouled. She'll shoot 2 free throws, but then the players landed on top of each other. Bella on top of Boulder-Raven, and it looked like Boulder-Raven kind of made a kicking motion towards Bella. I don't think she made contact, but it did look awkward, and the officials are going to take a look at the monitor during this timeout. 4:45 to go until halftime. Liberty currently trailing 21-20. We'll take a break and be back after this on the Liberty Flames Sports Network from Van Wagner.
When it was time for my family and I to buy and sell our houses, we knew exactly who to call, and that was Jason Porter with Legacy Realty and Development. Hi, this is Nick Pierce, encouraging you to do what we did. Make the easy decision and call Jason Porter for all of your real estate needs.
Thanks, Nick. And Flames Nation, let's talk about how we can serve you. Call or text me today, Jason Porter, at 434-258-8827. That's 434-258-8827, or email me at jasonporterrealestate@gmail.com. Thanks, and as always, go Flames.
True Flame fans know where to shop to show their pride. Shop LibertyFlames.com. We're your one-stop shop for official Liberty Flames merchandise. Plus, all orders ship free. Go red, white, and blue and visit ShopLibertyFlames.com today. That's shoplibertyflames.com. ShopLibertyFlames.com is a proud sponsor of Liberty Athletics. For all your Liberty Flames apparel needs, visit ShopLibertyFlames.com today.
Come see Flames baseball in Lynchburg. Get to Worthington Field at Liberty Baseball Stadium as the Flames continue a 9-game homestand. This Tuesday, Liberty battles nationally ranked Wake Forest at 4 p.m. Free Flames baseball trading card sets for the first 350 fans. Plus, see Liberty battle New Mexico State in a Conference USA Series March 21st through the 23rd. Then, Liberty hosts UVA on March 25th. Play baseball bingo at all Saturday games. Bark in the Park is every Sunday. Tickets at LibertyFlamesBaseball.com. You're listening to Lady Flames basketball live from Van Wagner on the Liberty Flames Sports Network. Now, back to the game.
Liberty is currently on a 5-minute and 50-second scoring drought. They have not scored in the second quarter, and they saw what was as much as a 5-point lead disappear. It is currently a 1-point lead for Middle Tennessee. The officials have taken a look at the monitor. And just trying to read lips, it seems as if there's not going to be anything added to this. They're going to say that it was incidental. The foot motion of Boldareva might have been different if she would have made contact, but she didn't. So it'll just be 2 free throws for Liberty, a chance to end this little mini 5-0 run for Middle Tennessee. Actually, the run is 7-0 because there were 2 points end of the first quarter as well. First free throw is good. Bella ties it up at 21 apiece. She has 5 points in the game. Second free throw, also good. Liberty back on top. 22-21. 4:40 till halftime. Scott on the near wing with Hess on her. She'll dribble in and force up a shot, which is blocked by Smuda, and she comes away with the rebound. Flames with the basketball. Up court to Mills. Mills on the near side, being guarded by Davis. Comes off of a screen. Mills will drive through and has her shot blocked, but it goes to Smuda. Her putback's no good, though. Rebound, Middle Tennessee. Blakely to Scott. Scott back up to Blakely. Liberty by 1, Middle Tennessee on offense. Davis to Scott, now near wing Blakely. Blakely with 7 seconds to shoot, has it tipped away, and we're going to have a moving screen called against Boldareva. I believe, no, Gregory actually picks up the personal foul. Gregory with her first. Enrique has 2 for Middle Tennessee. Ayestadter has 2 for the Flames. Both are not in the game at the moment. Hodges into the offensive end for Liberty. To Hess, now back to Hodges. Takes a couple of left-handed dribbles and hands off to Boone. Boone works against Gregory, and she's going to be called for an offensive foul, and that was a flop-o-rama. Jalen Gregory is so good at drawing charges. There was very little pressure applied by Asia Boone, but she's going to be called for the foul. Just enough contact, and the fact that her forearm was extended that it allowed Gregory then to fall backwards and draw the call. Blakely for 3, it's off the mark, and rebound to Boone. So no harm in the play. Liberty will have the basketball. Now leading by 1, 22-21. Smoot at the top of the arc. Hands off to Hess. Hess being harassed by Scott. Dips through, tries to bounce it underneath to Smuda. It actually deflects right back to Hess. She tries to pass again to Smuda, and it's stolen away by Davis, but then Middle Tennessee throws the ball out of bounds. Scott with the turnover. Liberty gets it back. It was a good idea by Emma Hess when she was diving towards the basket, but her bounce pass was just in a tough spot for Bella to make the catch. It was right at her knee. But Liberty does get the possession back after teams trade turnovers. Over to Steenbergen for three, too much on it. Rebound to Scott, and Middle Tennessee has the basketball. They now are on about a 2.5-minute scoring drought. Scott guarded by Hess. Near side to Gregory, interior to Boldareva. Boldareva goes along the baseline, but missed the shot. Got Smuda in the air, but missed on the fade, and the Flames with a 1-point lead in the ball. Hess for three. Yep, Emma Hess from the far corner. Liberty 25-21. Emma has 6. Back the other end, Scott's going to drive through and actually was able to lose Emma, who fell to the floor, and Scott banks it in. 25-23. Liberty leading as we are now under 2 minutes in this second quarter. Smuda at the free throw line, rips it through, drives to the basket, and draws a foul. Bella Smuda will shoot 2. The crowd didn't like it. And there is definitely probably about a 3-to-1 crowd advantage, although there's a lot of red shirts across the way behind the Flames bench. Decent contingent of Liberty fans, but still with less than 2-hour drive from Middle Tennessee, they've probably got, like I said, about 3 times as many fans in the building. Smuda makes the first and the second. Liberty up 27-23, and that foul was significant because that's Boldareva's second. She stays in the game with the 2 fouls. Emmy Stout has returned for Liberty. Smuda gets a rest. Scott with the basketball. She dribbles through Boone. Missed the shot though, got her own rebound, and her putback's good. Asia Boone was trying to draw a charge when she went to the deck, but there was no call either way. Hess around a screen, drives and kicks to Steenbergen. Down in the corner to Boone. Boone around a pick. Will drive towards the basket, floats it in with the left hand, but missed the shot. And some players get tangled up. Gregory and Stout. Gregory was boxing out. Emmy was trying to come over to get the rebound, and they got all conflicted. Stout had her hands on the basketball, but then after that they got tangled up. The foul goes against Stout, which is her second. She'll stay in at the moment, at least with those 2. We're under a minute till halftime. Davis for 3 at the top of the arc. It's off the mark. Liberty with the board. Middle Tennessee was playing 2 for 1. They trail by 2, but the Flames have the basketball. Hodges on the far wing. It's about a 13-second difference between the shot clock and game clock. Now to Boone. Boone is wide open for 3. Boom! Asia from 3rd Street. Liberty up 30-25. Now the Flames fans are on their feet. 12 seconds to go till halftime. Middle Tennessee with the basketball. Shot clock is off. Scott's going to drive. Takes a shot from 12. It's off the mark. Liberty with the rebound. They've got 2 seconds to make something happen. Hess throws a baseball shot up court. It's off the mark, but Liberty goes to the locker room with a 30-25 advantage. Asia Boone leading the way with 9. After a very offensive first period, the defenses took over in the second. Flames only scored 10. Middle Tennessee only scored 9 in the second frame. And as I say, we go to halftime. Liberty tying their largest lead of the game at 5 points. They trailed by as many as 3. All right, let's catch your breath. An exciting first half in many ways. A little bit of offense, a lot of defense, a lot of block shots. Matter of fact, 5 for Middle Tennessee, 4 block shots for Liberty. Flames end up taking the rebounding advantage into halftime, 21-17. They're shooting just a little bit better than Middle Tennessee, but neither team shooting well. Flames 35%, the Lady Raiders 28%, but that's what we expected. These are two teams that pride themselves in defense, and after we didn't see much defense in the first half, the first half of this first half in the first quarter. 60% shooting early in the game for Middle Tennessee, and matter of fact, after the first quarter, the Flames were still up at 44%, but it's tightened up since then. Scott with 11 paces Middle Tennessee. We mentioned Boone's 9. Smuda has 8 to go along with that for Liberty. And we are in store for an exciting final 20 minutes of the conference tournament here in Huntsville, Alabama. The Flames take a 5-point lead into the locker room. We'll take a break, and when we come back in the studio, Trey will take a look at your out-of-town scoreboard brought to you by Frank Good Builders. A little bit later on, we'll have the complete Larry's Tire and Auto stat sheet. The Lady Flames 30, Middle Tennessee 25 at the intermission here from Van Wagner.
A Liberty alum, Larry's Tire and Auto Repair offers complete auto service, including tires, preventive maintenance, and more. Larry's Tire carries all major brands and is open from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. Monday through Friday. Larry's Tire has 2 locations in Lynchburg and at Able Tire in Concord. And coming soon, Larry's Tire will expand to a new service center in Forest. More information on Larry's Tire is available at larrystireservice.com.
Lynchburg Nissan is jumping into March Madness with full court press savings. Right now, save $6,100 off MSRP. Lock in rates as low as 2.39%. And get up to 130% of fair KBB value for your trade. And because we believe in driving with confidence, every new Nissan comes with our 1,000,000-mile powertrain warranty. That's peace of mind for the road ahead. Don't miss these slam dunk deals. Visit Lynchburg Nissan today or shop online anytime at lynchburgnissan.com. Home of the 1,000,000-mile warranty.
Peary and Woolwine Family Dentistry say go Flames and good luck this season. Peary and Woolwine Family Dentistry provides dental health services including dental implants, cosmetic dentistry, extractions, and more. Their office treats patients of all ages and accepts major dental insurances. Peary and Woolwine Family Dentistry is located at 2229 Mural Road next to EC Glass High School in Lynchburg. You can reach the office by phone at 434-847-5331 and online at PearyFamilyDentistry.com. The Liberty Flames thank Segra for their support. Segra collaborates with companies to offer business-only, carrier-grade connectivity, cybersecurity, voice and cloud solutions tailored to meet their diverse needs. Segra offers these solutions across a fiber network that spans 28 states in the U.S. and is headquartered in Charlotte, North Carolina. They can be reached at Segra.com or 833-GO-SEGRA. Segra, a proud partner of the Liberty Flames Sports Network from Van Wagner.
First half is history. Now it's time for the Lady Flames halftime report presented by the Carl Miller Realty Team, proud supporter of the Liberty Flames Sports Network. Now let's get a check of the out-of-town scoreboard built by Frank Good Builders.
Halftime here in the Conference USA Championship game on the women's side. Liberty 30, Middle Tennessee 25. Trey Lyle here with you in our Lynchburg studios. Now time for our Frank Good Builders out-of-town scoreboard. Starting in women's college basketball with action going on right now. The NBC tournament semifinals into the third quarter. Belmont 59, Missouri State 53. In the SWAC championship game on the women's side, Southern 38, Alcorn State 24. In the Ivy League final, Harvard 46, Columbia 42 with 8:53 left in the third quarter. In the Big West championship game, UC San Diego 20, UC Davis 9. In the finals for you, Grand Canyon heading to the NCAA tournament. They win the WAC final 65-62 over to UT Arlington. Campbell heading to the CAA championship game as they defeated Charleston 80-59. And Norfolk State heading to the NCAA tournament. They defeat Howard 68-56. Ball State wins the MAC 65-58. Fairfield wins the MAAC 76-53. And William & Mary advances to the CAA as well. Championship game as they win 76-54 over Drexel. In the ASUN championship game, Florida Gulf Coast wins 68-51 over Central Arkansas. And in the NBC semi, Murray State defeats Drake 96-90 to advance to the NBC semifinal. As for the men's side today, games going on right now. We got a AAC semifinal. Winner will take on Memphis. UAB and North Texas tied at 10 apiece. The Big 12 championship is going on right now. Number 2 Houston up 5-4 in the first half against Arizona. The Mountain West final going on right now. Actually, these two teams are on the bubble, so it's going to be imperative for them to get the win here. Boise State 8, Colorado State 7 with 12:32 left. Couple of finals for you before we get to the rest of the games. Number 16 Memphis, as I mentioned, advanced to the AAC final. They defeat Tulane 76-77. It will be an all-Virginia A-10 final as George Mason defeats St. Joe's 74-64, and VCU wins over Loyola Chicago 62-55. In the MEAC championship game, another Commonwealth team heading to the NCAA tournament, 66-65. Norfolk State over South Carolina State, so Norfolk State sweeps the MEAC, both the men's and women's team heading to the NCAA tournament. Another Virginia school looking to sweep both the men's and women's on their side, of course, is Liberty. Other scores for you: Tennessee upsets Auburn to advance to the SEC championship game. They will take on Florida, who defeated Alabama 104-82. Wisconsin heading to the Big Ten championship game, 77-74 over Michigan State. They'll take on Michigan, who won 81-80 in that one. As well, Bryant also punched their tickets to the NCAA tournament as they defeated Maine 77-59. As mentioned, we'll head to a break. We touched on this. Can Liberty sweep the Conference USA Championships like Norfolk State did in the MEAC? We'll tell you about that next year. We'll also update you about Liberty Baseball. They're in action right now, right here on the Liberty Flames Sports Network from Van Wagner.
Thompson Brooks Insurance has been serving Virginia for over 35 years, helping individuals and businesses with their insurance and investment needs. The team at Thompson Brooks is experienced in understanding Medicare, retirement planning, life insurance, the healthcare marketplace, and group insurance benefits. Call Thompson Brooks Insurance at 434-385-8500. That's 434-385-8500, or visit them online at thompsonbrooksinsurance.com. Thompson Brooks Insurance, planning today for tomorrow.
Century Exteriors offers exterior home renovations, including but not limited to gutters, roofing, siding, home additions, and much more. Century Exteriors makes the process seamless. Call 434-239-6722 for a free on-site estimate, or visit us at centuryexteriors.com and Century Exteriors on Facebook and Instagram.
At Carter Bank, we believe life is best lived full of opportunities and dreams, of goals achieved and promises kept. We've been creating opportunities for more people and businesses to prosper since 1974. That means great local lending, convenient access to your money, accounts and guidance that make it easier to get more done. We are Carter Bank, the preferred community bank of Liberty Flames Athletics. Visit carterbank.com to learn more. Member FDIC, Equal Opportunity Lender.
I'm Bob Davis. If you're considering improving your backyard, AquaPros has just what you need. For the grilling devotee, nothing beats the big green egg. Everything tastes better when it's cooked on a big green egg. AquaPros has the full line of green egg grills, charcoal, and accessories. Since 1985, AquaPros has been the source for the world's greatest hot tub, American-made marquee spas. Stop into any of AquaPro's 4 showrooms today and make your home a fun and relaxing resort.
Now back to the halftime report presented by the Carl Miller Realty Team from Van Wagner on the Liberty Flames Sports Network.
Halftime here in Lynchburg Studios. Liberty 30, Middle Tennessee 25. Down in Huntsville, Alabama. the Conference USA Championship game. The Liberty Flames looking to sweep the Conference USA titles and both head to the NCAA tournament. Of course, right after this game will be the Liberty men. They will take on Jacksonville State. So actually, pretty interesting here. The top 2 seeds in both conferences advance to the championship game in this one. So number one seed versus number 2 seed in both sides. 8 o'clock airtime for that game on the Liberty Flames Sports Network. And do want to mention to you a game that just went final. Liberty will get the series win over Princeton. They win 3-0. They'll look for the sweep tomorrow against Princeton as well for the Liberty Flames in that one on baseball. When we come back here, we'll head back out to Huntsville, Alabama. Jamie Hall with your second half plus your first half stats. This is the Liberty Flames Sports Network from Van Wagner.
Looking to buy a home or refinance a mortgage? Now is the time to take advantage of your one-of-a-kind offer from Alcova Mortgage. As an employee or alumni with Liberty University, you are eligible to receive a lender credit that equates to 1% of your total loan amount up to $5,000. This offer provides you with some much-needed savings while also helping you tackle your closing costs. Visit alcova.com/liberty today for details. Offer does not apply to broker loans.
Alcova Mortgage, NMLS ID 40508, NMLSConsumerAccess.org, Equal Housing Lender.
At Carilion Clinic, the success of their employees is based on a culture that welcomes them and nurtures their growth. As the largest nonprofit employer west of Richmond, Carillion's team members are always learning and forever curious. Carilion is more than a healthcare system. It's a team of unique individuals doing what matters most, caring for the community. Visit CarillionClinic.org/careers and search their opportunities. Come join 13,000 employees who are Carilion proud.
Hi, it's Jonathan Cotton, and people often ask me, what is the Good Feet store? I respond, we are an arch support store. When you come in, our staff is going to welcome you and listen to your needs. We want to learn about you, your lifestyle, your work, and the types of shoes you enjoy wearing. Then after measuring your feet, we are going to fit you from a selection of over 300 styles and sizes of arch supports. Come into the Good Feet store for your free fitting and test walk. Visit goodfeet.com for the location nearest you. We look forward to seeing you soon at the Good Feet store.
Thousands of our teammates make and deliver 300 of the world's best brands and flavors, locally. From the heartland to the coast, in big cities and small towns. Our products are moving, and our trucks are rolling. We share a passion and a purpose, and we love to refresh and serve our communities. We are Coca-Cola Consolidated, your local bottler.
It's almost time for the second half. Now back to the arena for a check of the stats from the first half. Presented by Larry's Tire and Auto Repair.
Welcome back into Huntsville, Alabama. A rainy and stormy Huntsville, Alabama. There's some tornadoes in the state, but hopefully they stay clear of our area and we can continue on with no issues as far as the games are concerned, and then also being able to get home after these two games. The Liberty women are on top here at halftime, 30-25 against Middle Tennessee. The Liberty men will play Jack State, 8:30 Eastern, approximate tip time in that affair. Stats from the first half look like this. Lady Flames shot the ball 44% from the field, 7 of 16. I'm sorry, let me try that again. That was the first quarter. For the first half, 9 of 26, 35%. Middle Tennessee, 9 of 32, 28%. So both teams did shoot a little bit better in the first quarter, and it went down drastically in the second quarter of the game. Liberty from 3 was 5 of 15, 33%. Middle Tennessee 3 of 10, 30%. Those numbers brought to you by Century Exteriors as we continue on with our Larry's Tire and Auto stats. The Flames 7 of 7 at the free throw line. Another 700 meals donated to local area food banks through the Food Line Feed Score to Give More campaign. Middle Tennessee 4 of 6 at the free throw line. Liberty won the rebounding battle 21-17. Middle Tennessee did have a 5-4 advantage in offensive boards. Flames forced 9 turnovers, gave the ball away 6 times. Points off turnovers, 5-3 Middle Tennessee. Points in the paint, 12-8 Lady Raiders. They also won second chance points 7-5. But Liberty had a 6-0 advantage in fast break points and a 7-0 advantage in points off the bench. Bella Smuda and Asia Boone led the way for Liberty. 8 for Bella and 7 boards, 9 for Asia on 3 made 3-pointers. Emma Hess also had 6. Emmy Stout with 4. Peen Steenbergen had 3. Scott with 11 led Middle Tennessee. Boldareva with 6 on only 2 of 9 shooting. Blakely with 5 and Gregory with 3. Those were your leading scorers for Middle Tennessee. It will be Liberty basketball to start the second half. Elizabeth Ayestadter, who had picked up 2 fouls and didn't play a lot in the first half of the game, is back out on the court. The entire starting 5 for the Flames are in play. Foul is called against Middle Tennessee. Gregory picks up her second personal foul. Flames will inbound on the baseline. Liberty is scoring to the goal on the left side of the court here in the second half. Inbound pass comes up to Emma Hess, who has the double braids. And Red gets it inside to Smuda, who goes far wing to Ayestadter. Her 3-pointer is off the mark, and the rebound taken in by Middle Tennessee. Flames up by 5. This matches the largest lead of the game. They had also in the first quarter. Boldareva on the near wing to Blakely. Blakely will drive, reverses, but missed the layup. Smoother was there applying some defense. Ball's handed off to Hodges. And Hodges will run the offense for Liberty. Flames in the white unis with red numbers, baby blue trim. Middle Tennessee in the blue uniforms with white numbers. Smuda in the high post will take a couple of dribbles into the paint. Then tries to dish off for Ayestadter, but the pass was behind her. Bella says, my bad. She went with the more high degree of difficulty pass. On the near side, Jordan Hodges had leaked into the corner and was wide open for 3. Flames lead holds at 5. Now they're on defense. Enrique to Scott. Scott back to Boldareva, who hands to Scott. She'll take a long 2 and hit. They're going to call it a 3, but they say they're going to take a review, and I believe her foot was on the line, but we'll find out during the next media timeout. Flames with the basketball. Hess for 3, short. And Boldareva is able to clean up the rebound. Middle Tennessee with a chance to tie or retake the lead on this possession. Scott near side is cut off. Dribbles her way through, still throws the shot up to the rim. It's off, and the Flames get the board. Probably trying to draw a foul more than actually take that shot, but she doesn't get the benefit of the whistle, and the Flames have the ball back leading by 2. Hodges up to Hess. To Smuda. Now Smuda takes a couple of dribbles and goes far wing to Ayestadter. Ayestadter into the paint. Dips, fades, and missed, but Smuda there for the rebound. Her putback's good. Bella Smuda working hard on the offensive glass. Liberty leads 32-28. Blakely to Scott on the far wing from Middle Tennessee. Scott drives, pulls up from 15, but missed it off the back rim. Multiple players fight for the rebound, and Ayestadter comes out with it for the Flames. Hodges crosses it over, drives towards the basket. Blakely on her, back outside to Ayestadter. Thought about the 3, instead will dribble to the far wing and give to Hess. Hess with 12 seconds to shoot. Goes to Smuda. Smuda from 15, it's off the mark, and the rebound taken in by Middle Tennessee. Blakely back the other side for the Lady Raiders. Over to Scott. Scott guarded by Hess. Dribbles at the top of the arc. Bounces it in. to Bouldereva, who kicks it out to Arike. She'll take a three-pointer, but it's way off the mark. Liberty with the rebound. Missed it left, barely caught any rim. Flames up by 4 with the basketball. Bella Smoot already with a double-double in this game. She's got 10 points and 10 rebounds. Hodges for 3. Yes, sir! Jordan Hodges steps to the left and drains it. Liberty now with their largest lead of the game. They're up by 7. Scott going to try to answer. Her three-pointer bounds around and comes out. Liberty with the board. Hodges surveys the defense. He's got a player coming in from behind, and if Arike would have wanted, she could have stole that basketball. She was trying to get back quickly to get her defensive assignment. It goes to Smuda. Smuda works her way underneath and has her shot blocked out of bounds. 15 seconds to shoot. Bouldereva got a piece of that. Asia Boone puts it in play for Liberty. Comes up top to Hess. Hess now to Ayestadter. Into Smuda. Smuda along the baseline. Goes cross court to Hodges. Hodges for 3. It's short. And Scott gets the board for Middle Tennessee. Outside to Blakely, and they'll slow things down. We approach the midway point of this third quarter. Scott with Boone on her. Far side to Gregory. Dumps it into Bouldereva, and Smuda's going to be called for a foul, trying to reach in and knock it loose. First foul on Bella. I mentioned she's already got a double-double. She's had 4 double-doubles in her career against Middle Tennessee. Had one in the championship game a season ago. Inbound pass comes to Scott, and she is wide open. Laid it in to make this a 5-point game. We're due immediate timeout, the next dead ball. Stout goes on the far wing to Hodges. Boone slipped to the floor. She was trying to get that dribble hand off. Instead, it finds its way to Ayestadter, to Hess. Hess for 3. Got it! Emma Hess with a player in her face. Puts the Flames up by 8. And the Liberty crowd comes to their feet. Scott back on offense for Middle Tennessee. Again, blanketed by Boone. Goes to Blakely. Blakely dumps it inside to Bouldereva. She's forced into a tough shot by Emmy Stout, who had come in to replace Smuda. Liberty gets the rebound. Back up court. Hodges will drive. Now retreats back outside and bounces it to Stout. Stout to Hess. Hess on the near wing, goes along the baseline, back to Stout. Stout's going to work it into the paint, goes with the left hand, missed the shot. Ayestadter gets the rebound, knocked away from her. She throws it back in to Stout, who flings one up that goes over the rim. A little bit of a helter-skelter play. Middle Tennessee gets the final rebound on that possession, and they now bring it up court. Courtney Blakely to Bouldereva. She's outside the three-point arc, hands to Gregory. Gregory will dive towards the paint, go back to Davis. Davis enters to Bouldereva. Her shot's off the mark. She has been frustrated in this game. The Flames get the rebound. Bouldereva is 2 of 11 from the field. Liberty up by 8 and the basketball. Near side Hess. Hess to Boone. Boone with Gregory blanketing her, just as she did on the other end of the court. Far wing Ayestadter. Now to Hess. Hess enters it in to Stout, and Stout's foul from behind by Bouldereva, who picks up her 3rd personal. It has been a rough day for the Russian. She now has 3 fouls, only 6 points on 2 of 11 shooting, but does have 7 rebounds. And I think the officials are going to take a look to see if that three-pointer was a 3 or a 2. But they haven't made their way over to the monitor just yet. Hope they didn't forget about it. That could be a huge play in this game. It was called a 3 for Middle Tennessee, but it was very close. And I think the folks over at the scores table are trying to get the officials' attention to say, you need to take a look at this. Yeah, they did. The officials forgot about it. It was Brian Hall that said, we're going to take a look at it. And then they came to this media timeout and forgot. So I think someone will get their attention and they'll take a look, but we're going to take a break right now. Liberty leading 38-30. They'll have the basketball when we return with 3:06 to go here in this third quarter in the championship game of the Conference USA Tournament on the Liberty Flames Sports Network from Van Wagner.
Earthright Mid-Atlantic, your trusted solar and energy efficiency experts. With a focus on honesty, education, and excellence, they light the way to savings, home comfort, and a greener future. Educating homeowners about the power of solar and energy efficiency is their winning game plan. More information about Earthright Mid-Atlantic, 434-200-9716 or at erepower.com.
Your business deserves a bank that values relationships and prioritizes customer service. Since 1979, First Bank & Trust Company has been delivering on these very commitments. Our bankers have been accessible, consultative, and provide a degree of understanding developed through years of commercial experience. First Bank & Trust has the expertise and capital to fund small and large projects up to $32 million. More information on First Bank & Trust and its services is available at firstbank.com. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Frank Good Builders is a proud supporter of the Liberty Flames. Frank Good Builders and its partners design and build beautiful custom homes in the Lynchburg and the surrounding areas. From designing a plan to picking out fixtures, Frank Good Builders works with you to design and build your truly custom dream home. Frank Good Builders can be reached at 434-238-3710 or frankgoodbuilders.com.
You're listening to Lady Flames basketball live from Van Wagner on the Liberty Flames Sports Network. Now, back to the game.
Welcome back into Huntsville, Alabama, site of the Conference USA Men's and Women's Basketball Championships. Right now, it's the women's turn. Liberty is on top of Middle Tennessee, 38-30, with 3:06 to go in the third quarter. Liberty men will play on the same court against Jack State at 8:30 tonight for their title. And we're hoping that the weather cooperates with both teams being able to get home after these games, and of course also for the safety of those trying to get to these games. Radar right now, there's an awful lot of rain and some lightning and thunderstorms in the vicinity, but at least at the moment it doesn't seem as if there's any active tornado warnings, at least not showing up on the weather app that I'm using. We'll certainly keep an eye out. Now that I say that, that might not be the case. As a matter of fact, there is a tornado warning southwest of this area. We'll get back to that in a second. Liberty with the basketball, leading 38-30 with 3 minutes to go. It comes near wing to Steenbergen. She's open for three. Yes! Payne Steenbergen from downtown. Liberty on top, 41-30. The bench continues to contribute for this Lady Flames basketball team. Liberty with the largest lead of the game. They're going to go inside to Boldareva. She goes to the left side and scores. Boldareva, as we mentioned, kind of had struggled in this game. She works on Emmy Stout, but it was really the initial seal that got her great post position that led to that 2 points. Cuts the Flames lead back to 9. S at the top of the arc. Hands off to Hodges. Hodges dribbling in front of her coaching staff, will bounce it up to Steenbergen. Steenbergen steps back for three, but there's going to be a 3-second violation. The shot was off the mark as well. But it will be Middle Tennessee basketball. They currently trail by 9. Bounce pass near wing to Scott. She looks postward, instead will come up to Gregory. Gregory trying to find a little space. Goes back to Davis. Davis now to Scott. Scott along the baseline with 10 seconds to shoot. Now all the way back up top with 6. Crosses it over, gets down low, draws the foul, and hits the shot. So Scott will go to the line for a chance at a three-point play. The foul call goes against Hess. Scott, 16 points in the game so far on 6 of 17 shooting. 2 of 4 at the free throw line. Hits there. And the Liberty lead is back to 6. 5 straight points for Middle Tennessee. Flames with the ball going right to left. Jordan Hodges running the point, guarded tightly by Blakely. She goes to the far side of the court and then bounces it back up top to Stout. Stout to Mills. Mills steps around a screen, goes in the corner to Moore. Moore now to Hodges. Hodges with 7 seconds to shoot. Gonna have to hurry at the top of the arc, down to 3, and has her pocket picked by Blakely. It's a run out the other way. Blakely dribbles down and scores. 7-0 Middle Tennessee run. Under a minute to go in the third quarter. Flames are going to take a timeout. Coach Carrie Green wants to stifle this momentum after Liberty had been up by as many as 11. 7 straight from the Lady Raiders. And this will bring us to a media timeout with 55.3 to go in the third quarter. Flames will have the basketball when we return. Their lead down to 4 here on the Liberty Flames Sports Network from Van Wagner.
Turn up the heat. Foster Fuels is a proud partner of Liberty Athletics. Foster has been fostering warm moments for 100 years. Headquartered in Brookneal, Virginia, Foster has been providing exceptional propane and gas services since 1921. Stop by one of our 6 showroom locations across Central Virginia to view our wide range of products. From propane to fireplaces and grills to tank installs and tankless water heaters, Foster has it all. Download our app or visit fosterfuels.com for more info.
Move those coffee chains, Flames fans, and go local. Central Virginia's own Ironclad Coffee Roasters and Baking Company is the premier coffee partner of Liberty Athletics. Pay them a visit at one of their cafes in the Richmond area or at the Richmond International Airport. They'll also ship their specialty grade coffee straight to your door. Visit ironcladcoffee.com, that's www.ironcladcoffee.com, to check out the coffee Flames fans are talking about.
What's important isn't that Freedom First has been in business since 1956. What's important is how we've been doing business since 1956. Since day one, we have been accountable to our members, not stockholders. We make loans that cost less, offer savings plans that pay more, and give back to our community, and that hasn't changed. What has changed is our ability to serve you with more locations and more technology to simplify your financial life. Freedom First. It's a place where anyone in our region can bank for good.
You're listening to Lady Flames basketball live from Van Wagner on the Liberty Flames Sports Network. Now, back to the game.
Well, the Flames have opened up an 11-point lead. That spot, it was 41-30. So Liberty had used an 11-2 run to get that 11-point lead, but Middle Tennessee has scored 7 in a row, and they've cut the Flames' advantage down to 4. Flames will have the basketball with 55 seconds to go in the third quarter after Coach Carrie Green called the first timeout of the game for either team. We'll see which lineup gets back in. Flames Emma Hess and Asia Boone each have 9. Bella Smuda with 10. Scott's 19 leads everybody. Both teams not shooting particularly well. The Flames 33%, Middle Tennessee 32. Liberty's shooting a little bit better from 3. 38 to 31%. Liberty is 8 of 21 from downtown. Flames are 7 of 7 from the free throw line. Middle Tennessee is 5 of 7. Flames with 5 more turnovers, 11-6, which has led to a +10 in points off turnovers for Middle Tennessee, and that has helped keep them in this basketball game. Not that they were ever out of this basketball game, or even with those 10 points, it wouldn't be a blowout, but I'm just saying that we got a 4-point game mainly because Middle Tennessee's been opportunistic and got some easy points. Liberty inbounds to Hodges. She dribbles to the near wing. Looking inside, nothing there. Goes back up to Steenbergen. Now over the far wing to Moore. Moore to Steenbergen. Steenbergen with 4 seconds to shoot. Takes a baseline fader. It's off the mark. Comes up short. Middle Tennessee with the rebound. There's about a 7-second difference between the shot clock and game clock. Here's the third quarter. Winds to an end. Savannah Davis to Scott. Scott on the near wing will drive through and has it poked out of bounds by Moore. That is a fun matchup. 2 very athletic players in Scott and Moore. Liberty has Mills, Moore, Hodges, Steenbergen, and Stout on the court. Inbound pass comes all the way up top to Scott. Flames now in a 2-3 zone. Scott on the near wing, back to the top, far side, and eventually in the corner to Blakely. She takes her time for 3, and it ends up being an air ball. It goes out of bounds, and the shot clock expires. She almost had too much time. Kind of double clutched, missed the shot. The Flames will have 6 seconds to try to get something before the end of the quarter. It comes into Hodges. Hodges dribbles it down, deflects to Stout. Stout turns and fires at the horn and missed it to the left. That is not the play that the Flames drew up. As it really just kind of got fumbled right to Emmy Stout, but she knew how much time she had. Did get the shot up, couldn't follow through with it to connect. So we go to the fourth quarter. Liberty's lead is 4, and Middle Tennessee is currently on a 7-0 run and will have the basketball when we return here on the Liberty Flames Sports Network from Van Wagner.
Hey Flames fans, Gentry Lock is fired up to join in the excitement this season. Gentry Lock Attorneys knows it's all about preparation, precise teamwork, and a competitive spirit for the hard-fought wins. We've got that down. With our fierce drive to succeed, uncommon thinking, and extensive resources, Gentry Lock helps businesses thrive. We are downtown at 801 Main Street, and we serve the Commonwealth and beyond with offices in Roanoke, Richmond, and Norfolk. All the ways Gentry Lock can help clients succeed is waiting for you at GentryLock.com.
Score big at Haley's Appliance and Haley's Outdoor in Lynchburg with major brands of appliances that will make your house feel like a home and outdoor equipment to have your yard looking its best. Haley's puts customer service first. They deliver and service all of the products they sell and will take care of the process from start to finish. Log on to Haley's.com today for product availability. Haley's Appliance and Haley's Outdoor in Lynchburg is a proud sponsor for Liberty Flames Athletics.
Come see Flames baseball in Lynchburg. Get to Worthington Field at Liberty Baseball Stadium as the Flames continue a 9-game homestand. This Tuesday, Liberty battles nationally ranked Wake Forest at 4 p.m. Free Flames baseball trading card sets for the first 350 fans. Plus, see Liberty battle New Mexico State in a Conference USA Series March 21st through the 23rd. Then, Liberty hosts UVA on March 25th. Play baseball bingo at all Saturday games. Bark in the Park is every Sunday. Tickets at LibertyFlamesBaseball.com. Live play-by-play coverage of Liberty Lady Flames basketball from Van Wagner continues on the Liberty Flames Sports Network. Now it's time for a Carter Bank & Trust game at a glance.
Well, it's been an exciting game so far. Liberty leads 41-37 over Middle Tennessee in the women's basketball championship game here in Huntsville, Alabama. Lady Flames trailed in the early going by 3. Led by 4 after 1, led by 5 at halftime. Again, up by as many as 11 in the second half after an 11-2 Liberty run. But then Middle Tennessee has scored the last 7 points, and they'll have the basketball to start the fourth quarter as well. Flames 32% from the field. Middle Tennessee is 31%. Flames have now dropped down to 36% from 3. The Lady Raiders 29%. Flames 8 of 22. Middle Tennessee 4 of 14. Liberty with 5 more turnovers, 11 total. And Middle Tennessee is a plus 10 in points off of turnovers. Foul trouble has been an issue throughout this game, a little bit for both teams. Jalen Gregory has picked up 2. Enrique has 2. And Boldareva is out there with 3. I say out there with 3. I'm assuming she's going to start the fourth quarter. For the Lady Flames, Emmy Stout and Elizabeth Ayestada each have 2 fouls. So now as we head to the fourth quarter, really not all that serious for anyone other than Boldareva, who has the 3. Flames have the starting lineup back out on the court. Smuda, Ayestada, Hess, Boone, and Hodges. Boldareva, Scott, Gregory, Blakely, and Davis out for Middle Tennessee. Boldareva with the ball near the 3-point arc will hand to Gregory. Gregory tried to face the basket, was defended well, has to go back to Blakely. Blakely looking to post Boldareva, nothing there, so she'll drive and lost the basketball out of bounds to Liberty. 7th Middle Tennessee turnover. He's trying to end a 7-0 run. They lead by 4. Just underway, fourth quarter. Smuda hands to Hess. Hess goes far wing to Hodges. Hodges is going to drive in and score. Jordan Hodges dove to the basket. Gets the lay-in to fall. 5 points for Jordan. And Liberty does end that 7-0 run. They lead 43-37, and Middle Tennessee throws the ball away. Miscommunication. It goes through Scott and out of bounds. Coach Rick Enzel is shouting some instructions to his team. Liberty back on offense. Flames wearing the white. Middle Tennessee wearing the blue. Flames scoring to our left. Hodges bounces a pass into Smuda. Smuda underneath to Ayestada, who missed the lay-in. Beautiful pass from Bella, but Liz couldn't finish it off. The Flames lead holds at 6. Middle Tennessee with the basketball. Blakely at the top of the arc. Far side to Gregory. Now to Davis. Davis squares. Passes back to Blakely. On the low block to Boldareva. It goes out to Blakely. Blakely back into Boldareva with 4 seconds to shoot. Right back to Blakely. She squares up for another 3. It's off the mark. Rebound Liberty. Blakely has lost the confidence in her shot. You can see it in her face. Flames back up court to Hess. Hess around a pick. Pulls up from 14 and missed it, but Smuda got the rebound. However, her pass to save the basketball from going out of bounds was taken over by Middle Tennessee. Liberty by 6. The Lady Raiders, though, with the basketball. 8 minutes to go in the game. Scott with Hess on her. Far side to Gregory. Gregory lobs to Boldareva on the left block. Goes baseline, is cut off. Has to go back to the right. Has her shot blocked by Smuda. Flames come away with the ball. Hodges up court. Looks for some space. Now settles down and retreats back to the midcourt logo. To Smuda, now to Boone. Boone with Gregory manning her. 14 seconds to shoot, far wing to Hess. And Hess is going to be called for a traveling violation. So Liberty with a turnover. That's number 13. Flames are holding this 6-point lead. And Scott is holding the basketball. She'll go reverse and lays it up on the far side. Scott leading the way for Middle Tennessee. She's got 21. Liberty's Boone with the ball, now to Ayestada. Into Smuda, baseline jumper, too strong. Rebound Middle Tennessee. Both team shooting percentages are really bad, but credit that to the defense. 31 and 32% respectively. Scott on the near side will drive, lost the handle, regains it, gives it back outside, but it's stolen away by Ayestada. She hands to Hodges, and Hodges will slowly get it into the offense. She almost lost the basketball. Gives to Smuda. Smuda at the top of the arc. Comes near wing to Hess. Hess in the corner to Hodges. Hodges for three. It's off the mark, but the Flames get the offensive rebound. Iastadter tracks it. Gives to Hodges. Now in the middle to Smuda, who was fouled by Gregory. 6:16 to go in the game. Liberty is up by 4. That was the first foul called on either team in the fourth quarter. Liberty will put it in play on the baseline. Hodges to Iastadter. She makes the catch and then has her shot blocked, but she's fouled. And who's the foul going to go against? Boldareva was in the neighborhood, but they're going to say it was not her. I did not catch who it was on, but it was not Boldareva. Iastadter, first free throw is up and good. Back rim, did a couple of victory laps and fell through. Liz, an 82% free throw shooter on the year. Second one was good, but we've got a lane violation. We'll wave off the basket. We'll see if that is a crucial play later in the game. Saw that happen to North Carolina's men yesterday. They had a chance to tie that ball game up with Duke, and a lane violation negated a free throw. Liberty up by 5, 6 minutes to go, and a foul called against Boone. Boone bumped into Scott. Only the second foul on Asia. No Liberty player with more than 2 at this point. Gregory and Boldareva have 3 for Middle Tennessee. Davis, she'll take a three-pointer. It's short. Rebound to Smuda, and the Flames have it. Bella now 10 points, 12 rebounds. Flames up 44-39. Smuda at the top of the arc. Takes a dribble and hands to Boone. Boone off of the screen will step back for 3. It's going to be short, but Hess gets the offensive rebound. Her putback falls off the rim. It's out of bounds to Liberty. Boy, the Flames have had a couple of shots in close that just wouldn't fall through. We saw one from Elizabeth a few moments ago, now one from Emma. The Flames do hold a 5-point lead, and they've got the ball. Inbounds to Hess. Hess dribbles to the top of the arc, gives to Boone. Boone works her way into the paint, banks it in. Nice quick release off the glass by Asia Boone. Liberty up by 7. Blakely to Scott for Middle Tennessee. We approach the midway point of this fourth quarter. Up to Boldareva. She signals for some movement, hands back to Blakely, now to Scott with 9 seconds to shoot. She's standing near midcourt. Boone giving her a little space as Scott dribbles around a screen, pulls up from 18 and hits. A long 2-point basket for Scott. Makes this a 5-point Liberty lead, and a timeout will be taken by Middle Tennessee. They'll have 3 timeouts left. The Flames have 3 timeouts left. And that will be our under 5 media timeout with 4:51 to go in this basketball game. Liberty leads by 5, and they'll have the basketball when we return here on the Liberty Flames Sports Network from Van Wagner.
Curious about the housing market in Central Virginia? The caring, competent, trusted advisors at Carl Miller Realty have over 100 years of combined experience. We are committed to helping clients make informed housing decisions. For a winning game plan and to discover the value of your home, visit carlmillerrealty.com to make your next move a slam dunk with our winning team. That's carlmillerrealty.com.
Century Exteriors offers exterior home renovations, including but not limited to gutters, roofing, siding, home additions, and much more. Century Exteriors makes the process seamless. Call 434-239-6722 for a free on-site estimate, or visit us at centuryexteriors.com. and Century Exteriors on Facebook and Instagram.
This broadcast of Liberty Flames Athletics is brought to you through underwriting support from Larry's Tire and Auto Repair. They offer complete auto service, including tires, preventive maintenance, and more. Larry's Tire carries all major brands and is open from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. Monday through Friday. Larry's Tire has 2 locations in Lynchburg and at Able Tire in Concord, and a new service center coming soon in Forest. More information on Larry's Tire is available at larrystireservice.com.
You're listening to Lady Flames basketball live from Van Wagner on the Liberty Flames Sports Network. Now, back to the game.
It should be an exciting finish with 4:51 to go in the ball game. Liberty leads 46-41. Flames have only won one game this year when scoring under 60 points. They beat North Carolina A&T 56-51. Aggie's a pretty good basketball team as well. It likes to play defense. And it's not impossible, but it would certainly seem like whoever wins this game might win it in the 50s. Certainly we're on pace for the score to not make it to 60. But we also had a burst in the first quarter where the offenses started off clicking. Liberty led 20-16. It cooled off a lot in the second. The Flames outscored Middle Tennessee 10-9. And then the Lady Raiders had a 12-11 advantage in the third quarter. So far in the fourth, 5-4 Flames. Liberty's trailed by 3. That was in the opening minute. They've led by as many as 11. They're currently up by 5 with the basketball when we get back underway after that Middle Tennessee timeout. Talked about Bella Smuda having a double-double, 10 points and 12 rebounds. Jordan Hodges also has 7 rebounds in this game. She is 1 away from her season high. Flames will have the basketball in the backcourt. Jordan Hodges running the point. Liberty still has the starting 5 on the court. That may be what we see the remainder of this game. Iasdottir on the near side, picks up her dribble, has to go to Smuda at the top of the arc. Still 11 seconds to shoot. She hands to Hess. Hess down to 8 to Iasdottir. She's going to work her way in on Davis, goes to the basket, missed the shot, but right to Smuda, and then Smuda has her shot blocked by Boldareva. Flames were wanting a foul call. That actually worked out pretty good. Missed shot by Liz almost was a pass to Smuda, but Boldareva was able to get back and defend. She now has the ball on her offensive end. Dips through and she has her shot blocked, but a foul is called and Boldareva will shoot 2. Boy, very similar plays on both ends of the court, but one was a foul and one wasn't. And I mean, they look like carbon copies of each other. If you call them both fouls, no big deal. If you call them both play on, no big deal. Call one way and one the other is tough. Boldareva misses the first free throw. She is a 75% shooter on the season. Makes the second. It's 46-42 Liberty. 4 minutes to go in the game. Nervous moments for both teams. Flames with the basketball. Hodges to the far side of the court. Goes to Iasdottir. It's knocked away from Herbert to Hess. Hess with 10 on the clock. Will bounce it up to Smuda. Smuda hands to Hess. Hess takes a 15-footer. It is no good. Rebound Iasdottir, and their putback goes in. Elizabeth puts the Flames back up by 6. Liberty on the offensive glass the last couple of possessions. Scott inside to Boldareva. She works her way in, draws another foul against Smuda. That will be the 3rd on Bella. And Boldareva back to the free throw line. Boldareva, chance to get in double digits. She's got 9 points and 8 rebounds, but only 3 of 13 shooting from the field. Her first free throw is short. And maybe the legs are going to be a little bit of an issue for this Middle Tennessee team. They play a lot of minutes, the starters do. And they just played yesterday in the late game. Boldareva makes the second. Back-to-back possessions, that happened. Flames with the basketball, leading 48-43. Hodges being harassed in the backcourt by Blakely, gets it in across the timeline, and Liberty will now run their set. Hess onto the near wing, being hounded by Scott, finds Smuda. Smuda extended, will dribble in on Boldareva, is double teamed, and has, a foul is called. I thought for a second it was going to be a tie ball. Middle Tennessee triple teamed Bella. If she would have been able to get loose to pass the ball, she had 2 teammates wide open under the hoop. But a foul was called, and it's Boldareva's 4th. Smuda will inbound for Liberty. Flames have a 20 on the shot clock. It comes in to Ayestadter. Boldareva stays in the game with those 4 personal fouls, but she'll have to be much more careful on defense. Smuda up top, takes a dribble, goes into the far corner to Hodges. 6 seconds to shoot. Hodges off of a screen, steps back for 3, short, and the rebound pulled in by Middle Tennessee. Boy, that would have been a huge 3-pointer for the Flames. Their lead holds at 5. 2.5 minutes to go in the game. Scott on the far wing for Middle Tennessee. Her pass is kicked away by Hess. Middle Tennessee will have 20 seconds to shoot, inbounding in front of their bench on the far side of the court. They're attacking the goal to our right. Davis is going to check in for Enrique. The rest of the starting 5 out there for Middle Tennessee, and the entire starting 5 on the court for the Flames. Blakely to Boldareva. She works on Smuda, gives off to Gregory. Gregory goes in the corner to Davis. Davis back in the middle to Boldareva. Works her way into the paint, fades, and gets the friendly roll. Hit the back of the rim, went high in the air, and fell through. The Flames lead is down to 3, 48-45. 2 minutes to go in this championship game. Smuda in the high post, has plenty of space, will hand off to Boone. Boone around a pick, pulls up from 15, and it's way off the mark. Scott gets the rebound for Middle Tennessee. They've got the ball trailing by 3 with 1:45 left to go in the ball game. On the far side, Scott bounces it into Boldareva. Boldareva spins and missed the shot. Liberty with the rebound. Boldareva put too much on it. Flames lead by 3, 1.5 minutes, and they're going to take a timeout. Coach Carrie Green wants to draw something up. Everybody in the building pretty much on their feet right now. There's more Middle Tennessee fans here than Flames fans, but the Liberty fans have been loud. They've had a little bit more to cheer for in this game, but Middle Tennessee has chipped it down to a single possession after trailing by as many as 11 in the second half. Liberty will have 22 seconds to shoot, 1:29 to go in the game. Trying to add to a 3-point lead, and I'm pretty sure that the starters will be staying in the game for the Lady Flames. And at last check, it was the starters minus Enrique and add Davis for Middle Tennessee. Waiting for the ball boys to clean up some perspiration, and we'll be ready to go. Jordan Hodges puts it in play right in front of her head coach on the far side. Gets it into Boone. Boone hands back to Hodges. Hodges near midcourt will bounce it up to Ayestadter. 15 seconds to shoot, near wing to Boone. Boone to Hess. Hess with 10 seconds on the clock, dribbles to the far wing and finds Ayestadter. She's looking post with nothing there. Back to Hess. Hess takes a long 3. Got it! Emma Hess from and the Flames lead by 6. Wow, talk about a senior living up to the moment. Scott with the basketball, under a minute to go. Up top to Boulder-Rava, now far side to Blakely. Blakely in on Boone, now back out to Gregory. Gregory will pull from 3 and she hits. There was a massive screen set by Boulder-Rava at the top of the arc. The Flames thought it was a moving screen, but there was no call. And after the 3 is made, it's a 3-point game with 45.9 seconds to go. Well, I'd love to see a replay of that Boulder-Rava screen. So after the big 3-pointer by Emma Hess, another senior, Jalen Gregory from Middle Tennessee, hit a gigantic 3 herself to make this a one-possession game again. And I think Middle Tennessee took that timeout, which means the Flames would not be able to advance unless they take a timeout themselves in this spot. Both teams with 2 timeouts remaining. Middle Tennessee tried to make a substitution, but they didn't bring Enrique to the table in time. And as we get ready to regain play, the Flames are going to take another timeout. They'll take a timeout themselves, so now they can advance the basketball. Which will now allow Enrique to check into the ball game. Tell you, big-time players make big-time shots. Emma Hess from deep, you could tell she's still not completely 100% this week, but she hit a gigantic shot to give the Flames a 6-point lead, and then Gregory off of a screen from Boulder-Rava hit an equally big shot to get it back down to a 3-point Flames lead. Middle Tennessee does not need to foul here. If they wanted to extend this game, they could, but there's a 16-second difference between the shot clock and game clock. Flames inbounding on the far side of the court. They've still got the starters out there. Bella Smuda stands in the backcourt. She'll take the inbounds pass, dribble across, and then give off to Eyestader. Eyestader out to Boone. Flames up by 3 with 33 seconds to go. Boone dribbles around a screen, drives towards the basket, goes up strong with it, missed the shot. The rebound is loose in the paint, and Middle Tennessee has it. The shot clock is off. They trail by 3. Blakely at the top of the arc. 20 seconds to go to Scott. Into Boulder-Rava. She works on Smuda. Bounce pass out to Enrique. Dumps it back in to Boulder-Rava, and it's knocked out of play by Bella. 12.8 seconds to go, and Middle Tennessee is going to take a timeout. And we take a breath. Full timeout taken. We'll keep it here. Middle Tennessee down by 3 with the basketball. And if you're Liberty, you've got a foul to give. Actually, both teams have a foul to give. Do you start thinking about that? Do you use that foul to give as Middle Tennessee's trying to get their offense going? And then if it gets inside of 10 seconds after that, do you give a foul and put the Lady Raiders at the free throw line since you're leading by 3 points? That's a question that every coach has a different philosophy on. We've seen Coach Green in the past tend to go against that philosophy of putting the team on the line, forcing them to then make a free throw and miss one on purpose. But we'll see what the strategy is today. Flames with Smuda, Eyestader, Hess, Boone, and Hodges. The entire starting lineup minus Enrique, add Davis for Middle Tennessee. Gregory inbounds on the baseline. 12.8 seconds to go. Liberty leading by 3. Gregory with the ball in her hands. Surveys the defense, finds Blakely. Blakely runs it to the top, goes back to Gregory. Gregory in the corner, stepped out of bounds! She stepped out of bounds! Liberty gets the ball with 9.1 seconds to go. They'll take a timeout to advance it. What a huge mistake by the senior, Jalen Gregory. After hitting a massive three-pointer on the previous possession, she got too far to the sideline, and her left foot was clearly on the white stripe. So now having the one foul to give is probably not a good thing for Middle Tennessee. And the board actually shows Liberty with one timeout, Middle Tennessee with no timeouts, but I think that's backwards. I believe Middle Tennessee will actually have one timeout left. So if they could force a turnover, they could take the timeout, advance the basketball game, and have a chance. So Liberty, the first thing they got to do is make sure they get the ball in. The possession arrow is in their favor, so if you get the ball in, just hug it. Worst case scenario, you get fouled or it's a tie ball. Liberty does not have any timeouts remaining. That was their last one. Flames will inbound in front of the Liberty bench. Avery Mills was in the backcourt by herself at that moment. Now attention was given to her as the inbounds pass comes to Hess and she's fouled. Liberty still has to be fouled one more time before they would shoot free throws, so they have to do it again. Now inbound on the baseline, which is a little bit more difficult. So Avery Mills out there with Hess, Boone, Hodges, and Ayestadter. Hodges to put it in play on the baseline. Boldareva is manning her. The inbound pass comes to Hess, and she's fouled immediately with 8.1. Emma Hess with 2 huge free throws to try to make this a multi-possession game. Emma on the year, an 81% shooter. She's got the ball in her hands. First shot's on the way, and good. Emma Hess has made this a 4-point Liberty lead. Middle Tennessee does have a timeout left. Emma holds it on her left hip, spins, shots on the way, good as well. The senior makes it a 5-point Flames lead with 8.1 seconds to go. Middle Tennessee takes a timeout. Now if you're Coach Carrie Green in that huddle, you're saying, do not foul. You don't want to take any chances of having a 4-point play in this spot. Nothing to get Middle Tennessee back in it. And if you're Coach Rick Insell, you're probably thinking just that. We have got to get a quick three-pointer and then foul quickly. I just don't know if there's enough time to go a quick 2, because then you'd have to rely on the Flames missing 2 free throws. Middle Tennessee's Blakely will inbound on the near side of the court. Again, 8.1 to go, and the Flames leading 53-48. Blakely has the ball in her hands, bounces into Enrique, back to Blakely. She's going to drive to the basket, kick far wing to Gregory. Her three-pointer is short. Ayestadter gets the rebound, dribbles it up court. Time expires. The Lady Flames win. They knock off Middle Tennessee 53-48 to claim their first Conference USA title. They go to the NCAA tournament for the 18th time, 2 years into their new home in CUSA. The Flames are going to hold up some hardware. They mob the middle of the court, celebrating the title with the trophy already in their hands. It's been a little while. 2018, the last time the Flames won a conference title, and the last time they went to the NCAA tournament. But the wait is over, Flames Nation. Your Lady Flames are going back. The Liberty faithful across the way, standing at attention and celebrating this Liberty Lady Flames win over Middle Tennessee, 53-48. Now the Liberty men will have to do the same thing here in a little over an hour when they take on Jack State for that championship. Hugs all around. They've got the championship hats on. They're going to be getting some individual awards here in a moment. And not too long after that, cut the nets down here in Huntsville, Alabama. After losing a season ago to Middle Tennessee on this very court in the championship game, 67-51, the Lady Flames dig in defensively, hold Middle Tennessee to just 48 points, and get just enough offense to take the victory. We'll take a timeout and take a breath. When we return, the Coca-Cola post-game show from a victorious Probst Arena, but victorious for the Lady Flames as they win the Conference USA title. Back with more after this here on the Liberty Flames Sports Network from Van Wagner.
When it was time for my family and I to buy and sell our houses, we knew exactly who to call, and that was Jason Porter with Legacy Realty and Development. Hi, this is Nick Pierce, encouraging you to do what we did. Make the easy decision and call Jason Porter for all of your real estate needs.
Thanks, Nick. And Flames Nation, let's talk about how we can serve you. Call or text me today, Jason Porter, at 434-258-8827. That's 434-258-8827, or email me at jasonporterrealestate@gmail.com. Thanks, and as always, go Flames.
True Flame fans know where to shop to show their pride. Shop LibertyFlames.com. We're your one-stop shop for official Liberty Flames merchandise. Plus, all orders ship free. Go red, white, and blue and visit ShopLibertyFlames.com today. That's ShopLibertyFlames.com. ShopLibertyFlames.com is a proud sponsor of Liberty Athletics. For all your Liberty Flames apparel needs, visit ShopLibertyFlames.com today.
Lynchburg Nissan is jumping into March Madness with full court press savings. Right now, save $6,100 off MSRP. Lock in rates as low as 2.39% and get up to 130% of fair KBB value for your trade. And because we believe in driving with confidence, every new Nissan comes with our million-mile powertrain warranty. That's peace of mind for the road ahead. Don't miss these slam dunk deals. Visit Lynchburg Nissan today or shop online anytime at lynchburgnissan.com. Home of the million-mile warranty.
The doctors at Crossroads Family Dentistry say go Flames and good luck this season. Stephen Hatch, James Peary III, Trey Woolwine, and Carol Roberts have over 50 years of experience serving Lynchburg and the surrounding area. Their dental office in Forest is open and ready to serve you. Crossroads Family Dentistry provides all family and cosmetic dental needs and accepts major dental insurances. They're located at 14761 Forest Road in front of Brauburgers. More information is available at CrossroadsFamilyDentistryVA.com.
The game is over, but we're just getting started with the Coca-Cola post-game locker room report. Coming up, Larry's Tire and Auto Repair will present the final game statistics. Head coach Carrie Green will stop by to give his thoughts on the game, and we'll update the out-of-town scoreboard built by Frank Good Builders. Now let's head back inside the arena for the Coca-Cola post-game locker room report.
Blakely has the ball in her hands, bounces into Enrique, back to Blakely. She's going to drive to the basket, kick far wing to Gregory. Her three-pointer is short. Ayestadter gets the rebound, dribbles it up court. Time expires. The Lady Flames win. They knock off Middle Tennessee 53-48 to claim their first Conference USA title. They go to the NCAA tournament for the 18th time. 2 years into their new home in CUSA, the Flames are going to hold up some hardware. What a fun game, and I kind of hate to admit it, but a little emotional after this Lady Flames victory. It's been a while. We got so used to Liberty winning women's basketball championships. 17 times they went to the NCAA tournament, and it's been a little while. Now, in the big scheme of things, if you ask Youngstown State, it hasn't been that long. They've never gone to a men's basketball tournament on that side of things in decades and decades and decades. So 2008 isn't that long of a wait. But when you had 17 trips and then you have a little bit of a lull, you kind of stop taking it for granted. And I certainly have. And I know this senior class that has put up so many hours of practice and hard work and just fought game in and game out, they certainly aren't taking any of this for granted. They're soaking in every minute of it right now. Lady Flames are standing at midcourt. They've got Coach Carrie Green getting the championship trophy from the commissioner, as the team is in the background wearing their red champs shirt with the hat, champs hat as well. And they'll now all pile in for a big team picture. If you're just tuning in, the Lady Flames win 53-48 over Middle Tennessee. Middle Tennessee was trying to get a three-peat. They had won 3 out of 4. But they're going to come one game short this year. The Lady Flames with their first Conference USA title. They'll find out tomorrow where they play in the NCAA tournament when the selection show comes on at 8 o'clock. Some projections have kind of said that they should be somewhere around a 14 seed. We've heard that in that grouping, Lexington could be a possibility. Lexington, Kentucky. We'll see. Doesn't really matter at this point. Flames are cutting some nets down here in a minute. They're celebrating as they win the championship. And we'll grab just about anybody that we can as the postgame goes along. We'll do our best to get some Lady Flames and Coach Carrie Green on, but they will have the photo ceremony, which is what they're doing at the moment. They'll cut the nets down. It looks like at the goal to my left. And, of course, there'll be a locker room celebration as well. We've seen some pretty emphatic locker room celebrations between the Liberty men and women this week. So that'll be fun. I'm sure there'll be cameras in there. We'll get to see how that goes down. And then the Lady Flames are hopefully going to be able to get out of town with all this terrible weather that's going through this part of the country. Unfortunately, the Lady Flames aren't going to be able to be here in Huntsville when the men play, because the airplane that is taking the Lady Flames back is also coming back to get the Liberty men. So they have to take the women home in order to make the turnaround and get back and pick up the men after their championship game. And then I think that same plane has dealings with NASCAR tomorrow, so it makes it pretty much impossible to do anything other than the way that timing will be. The nets are starting to come down. Asia Boone gets the first piece. She had 11 points, hit 3 3-pointers in this basketball game. Brooke Moore will be the next one to go up the ladder, and as we tell you what's going on with the net, we'll also give you a little bit more in the way of stats from this game. Neither team shot the ball well. This is exactly what you expect from Middle Tennessee and Liberty. Women's basketball teams, they're just going to dig in and play some defense, and that's exactly what happened. Middle Tennessee actually ended up out-shooting Liberty 33% to 30, but the fact that both teams were just barely into the 30 percentile in this game is ugly if you're a fan of offense, but if you're a fan of defense, it's exactly what you're looking for. Liberty finishes up 17 of 57 from the field. Middle Tennessee 18 of 54. Flames did shoot better from 3, 9 of 26, 35%. Middle Tennessee was 5 of 18 for 28%. Jordan Hodges is getting her turn, cutting down the net, the senior. Sure been dreaming about this moment since she was a kid. She hands it to Caroline Shirey. Actually, maybe was cutting a piece for Caroline, because Caroline with the injured knee, Emily Howard also with the injured knee, not going to be able to make it up to the top of the ladder. So Jordan Hodges, that's a nice little sentiment. She cuts the net for two of her teammates that aren't able to cut it themselves. Now she gets her own piece and heads down the ladder. Getting back into the stats, the Flames 35% from three. Those numbers brought to you by Century Exteriors. Bella Smuda and her pink Nikes. Now walking up to the ladder. She's going to get her piece of the nylon. She tickled it quite a few times during the game. Might as well take a little bit of it home. Got Jordan Hodges with us. Oh, I think it's backwards. Have you? Yeah, how long have you been doing this?
4 years now.
What was the feeling? And actually, let me ask you this first. When you went up to cut your piece of the net, I thought it was so cool. You cut Caroline and Emily a piece because they couldn't get up there themselves.
Yeah, I mean, those are my girls. I know they are having knee problems, but, I mean, I do anything for them. That's just a small piece of what I do for them. But, yeah, I had to get them a piece of that net because they also shared this victory with us, even though they didn't get to physically play, you know, so.
There's been some adversity this season.
Yeah.
You know, you had those injuries early in the year. Those were pretty devastating losses to the post.
They were.
Emmy had to kind of come out of, not had to, she came out of her red shirt during that process as well. You missed a game early in January with some illness. There was some illness going through the team this weekend. So you guys have battled through some stuff this season.
Yeah, we have. And I think just the perseverance this team has and the way we fight back, because this is definitely a year that I don't even think last year we had pretty much anybody sitting out or any problems, but we fought through it, and all these girls, we fight for each other, which I think why we came so far, even with all that stuff, like you said, the illness, the people being out, people who were supposed to redshirt and that didn't. I think everyone stepped up into their role and did really well, and I'm so proud of them.
When you were up there cutting the net, what was going through your mind when you were cutting the piece for yourself?
I was like, this is surreal. I was literally before the game practicing in the mirror. I was like, how am I going to cut the net? And I literally, when I went up there, that's immediately what I thought of, because I was kind of like, speaking it into existence. It was just really surreal. I still can't believe it's real. I'm really I don't know, amped up. You know what I'm saying?
I can tell.
Yeah, I'm a little fidgety.
I've had to turn your mic down 4 times.
Sorry.
No, you're fine.
I really am yelling. No, because I'm sorry. We were screaming at the end. I think my ear drums are gone. But sorry in advance if I am yelling. But yeah, it was just a real feeling up there.
When you were a little kid growing up and you were watching these tournaments on television and seeing others get to do what you did today, did you ever, when was the first point in your life that you thought, one day that's going to be me?
I think it was when I don't remember how old I was. I was very young, but I was watching the Notre Dame UConn game where Ogunbowale, I think, she hit the game winner on them. And I remember thinking, I was like, that is so cool to have that feeling of winning a championship. And I think that was the first time I really truly thought of wow, I could potentially do that, because I was being recruited and I was hoping to go to a D1 school. And I think that was one of the first few times I was like, man, I really want that feeling. Because you can just feel the happiness through the screen and how everyone was just so excited for a teammate hitting a game winner. But at the end of the day, they put in so much work for it at the same time. So, yeah. Last
thing for you, how appropriate was it that this game against this team ended with a defensive stop?
Oh my gosh, we've been speaking about rebounding all year, and it couldn't have ended in a better way, because we had been talking about each quarter. We were like, win the rebounding quarter, win the rebounding each quarter, and we even told ourselves last possessions, without a miss or make, the only thing that's gonna win this game is a rebound. So it was so nice seeing that we ended it with not even a rebound. I think it was a rebound. It was a shot and rebound. So that was really good, because we were just preaching it the whole game, and we finished off how we started, which was really good.
Kind of figured against Middle Tennessee, first team to 50 was going to win.
Yeah.
That's exactly what happened.
Yeah.
You get 50 and you win the game. Well, congratulations. I know you guys have fought hard. You've been here for 4 years, battled your way through all this to finally get to hold that championship trophy up. Go celebrate it with your teammates.
Thanks so much, Jamie.
That was Jordan Hodges.
Shout out to the best journalist, videographer, everything we know. Woo!
Thanks, Zero. Lady Flames get the victory 53-48 over Middle Tennessee, and I think there's still some more things to be done. I see Sarah Baruta, one of the unsung heroes of this Lady Flames team. She's getting a chance to cut a piece of the net right now. Director of Operations. Her and her assistant Chelsea don't get enough accolades for what they do, planning these trips and making sure everything goes smoothly, and especially this time of year when there's so much uncertainty. Amber Lee gets some net. I missed many people during the time frame that I was talking with Jordan, but looks like all the players have their net now, and the coaches are getting their pieces of the net. I see Ian McCaw, Flames athletic director, was standing here courtside. Dondi Costin, Liberty president, also on the court. I'm not sure who the last person to cut and take down the net will be, but it should be coming up here pretty shortly. I was going through the stats, and the one thing I hadn't got to yet, which is a very important statistic in this basketball game, is Liberty finished up a perfect 10 of 10 from the free throw line. Middle Tennessee 7 of 11, but the Flames did not miss a free throw. And in a tight game that really was even closer than the 5-point final score, those free throws were so crucial. Liberty won the rebounding battle 42-30, including 13-5 in offensive rebounds, and that was another enormous number in this game for the Lady Flames. Second chance points, 12-7 Liberty, and they won by 5. That's it. Plus 5 in second chance points off of those rebounds, and they won by 5. Doesn't get any better than that. You can pretty much just draw a direct parallel in that situation. Flames finished up with 14 turnovers. They forced 10. Liberty 10-0 in bench points. Points in the paint 24-14 Middle Tennessee. Fast break points 6-0 Flames. Both teams had 9 assists in the game. Leading scorer for Middle Tennessee was Scott. She had 21 and 10 boards. Boldareva had 12 and 8 boards, but only shot 4 of 15 from the field. Gregory with 6. She had a big three-pointer late to kind of keep this game in doubt, but overall only 2 of 6 in the game for Gregory. The Lady Flames did a really good job of shutting her down. We saw Avery Mills on her for a little while. Not yet. Coach Green was just asking me if I got a piece of the net, so he's going to make sure that I'm taken care of. It's family, and I know it's great to be a part of this program because they do legitimately not just care about each other, but care about those around them, those that support them, and they show it. And I forgot what I was saying. Gregory with 6, Blakely with 7. Those are the only 4 that scored for Middle Tennessee. For Liberty, Emma Hess. She had 14 points. She's our Thompson Brooks Insurance Player of the Game. She hit the 3 that gave the Flames a 6-point lead late, and then hit the free throws that put the game away in the closing seconds. 14 points for Emma, 6 rebounds, 11 points for Asia Boone. Bella Smuda had a double-double, 10 points, 13 boards. 6 points for Peen Steenbergen, huge off the bench for Liberty. 5 points for Jordan Hodges. Also 8 rebounds for Jordan, which tied her season high. How about that? Your point guard got 8 boards. Emmy Stout with 4. Elizabeth Eisstotter had 3 points. A big stick back in the fourth quarter. And also 1 of 2 free throws. A second free throw was wiped off because of a lane violation, but still, those 3 points were at a crucial time. Liz also added 6 rebounds. So those are your Larry's Tire and Auto stats from the game. We're going to hang tight here for just another minute as we're getting close to the final cuts of the net. And might be possible that at that point we could get some more folks over to have a quick chat on the radio. Otherwise, there's going to be a press conference in the back where Coach Green and a couple of players will talk. We'll get Coach Green after that press conference, so we've got a little bit of time to fill during this post game, but I'm not in any hurry if you're not, as everybody listening in. And we appreciate all those that have listened, whether it was on the Liberty Flames app, the website, Facebook, YouTube, all the different ways that you can take in our content. We certainly appreciate you doing that. Now we see President Dondi Costin. He's going to get a piece of the net as well. And I wonder who's going to get the final. There's still 3 loops holding it to the rim. I wonder who's going to get that final few shreds and take the rest of the net down. I'm assuming Coach Carrie Green. Coach Green in his 26th season. That was his 591st win. He now climbs up the ladder. He's got a yellow pair of scissors in his right hand, a white hat on his head, a red polo. And he clips the last 3 pieces. Gives a number 1 to the cameras. And he's got something for the trophy case. As he tosses the net back down and tries to get off the steps without hurting himself. Of course, Coach Green had a pretty serious leg injury not that long ago, less than 4 years ago. Or maybe right at 4 years ago when he had knee surgery. Got to be a little bit careful. Again, Liberty wins 53-48 over Middle Tennessee to claim their first Conference USA championship. They go to the NCAA tournament for the 18th time. The Liberty men will try to win their tournament at 8:30 tonight, which is coming up. I'm looking at the clock, and it's almost 8 o'clock on the East Coast. Almost 7 o'clock here in Central Time. And the teams on the men's side should be probably getting out to warm up very soon. Assuming the start time hasn't been changed, they'd be playing basketball a little bit after 8:30. Now this game got shifted to a 42 tip-off, so maybe the men are going to be shifted to a 42 tip-off as well, but even that is 45 minutes from right now. And there's no net on the goal to our left, and there's still a celebration going on inside the free throw line here at Probst Arena in Huntsville, Alabama, where Liberty has won the championship. Take a look at the radar as well. Coach Green's giving me a high five and a happy birthday. We'll talk to him a little bit more in depth here in just a bit, as the team now heads off in front of the Flames faithful, the nation, as the Lady Flames like to call them. They're still here. They're still celebrating. They're standing up and applauding as the Lady Flames walk to their locker room across to the left corner. We'll try to get some more reaction as postgame continues on. Chelsea and Aaron. Chelsea, the assistant director of operations. Aaron, the team shepherd, celebrating a little bit as they run off the court. I tell you, there's so many behind-the-scenes folks that do such a good job with this Liberty women's basketball program that don't always get the accolades that they certainly deserve. I'm looking at the radar right now, and there's still some pretty bad storms, but it seems like the absolute worst of it is to our south, which is good. Well, not good for them. It doesn't look very good in like Selma and just south of Tuscaloosa, and even further down, Hattiesburg, Mississippi, down into Gulfport, Mississippi. Montgomery is just on the outskirts of a tornado warning in the southern part of Alabama. So there is still some bad weather out there, but we've been pretty blessed to this point that we're in sort of the middle of a gap where there's no real lightning and heavy storms. There may still be some that blow through, but looks like the worst has stayed to the south of us, which is good news, because as it stands, the Lady Flames are going to have to fly out of here after the celebration, because the plane that they're on back to Lynchburg will return to Huntsville tonight and take the Liberty men home after they play Jack State here in about 45 minutes. Let's take a break. When we come back, we'll get a look at the out-of-town scoreboard, brought to you by Frank Good Builders, with Trey back in the studio, and maybe that will buy us enough time that we'll be able to get some Lady Flames out of the locker room and Coach Green out of the press conference. Again, if you're just tuning in, Liberty beats Middle Tennessee 53-48 to claim their first Conference USA championship in only their second year in the league. We'll be back with more after this here on the Liberty Flames Sports Network from Van Wagner.
Thanks Segra for their support. Segra collaborates with companies to offer business-only, carrier-grade connectivity, cybersecurity, voice and cloud solutions tailored to meet their diverse needs. Segra offers these solutions across a fiber network that spans 28 states in the U.S. and is headquartered in Charlotte, North Carolina. They can be reached at Segra.com or 833-GO-SEGRA. Segra, a proud partner of the Liberty Flames Sports Network from Van Wagner.
Come see Flames baseball in Lynchburg. Get to Worthington Field at Liberty Baseball Stadium as the Flames continue a 9-game homestand. This Tuesday, Liberty battles nationally ranked Wake Forest at 4 p.m. Free Flames baseball trading card sets for the first 350 fans. Plus, see Liberty battle New Mexico State in a Conference USA Series March 21st through the 23rd. Then, Liberty hosts UVA on March 25th. Play baseball bingo at all Saturday games. Bark in the Park is every Sunday. Tickets at libertyflamesbaseball.com.
11 West is a proud sponsor of the Liberty Flames. 11 West specializes in apparel screen printing, embroidery, sew-on, and flat printing. From the design phase with their graphics arts team to the finished product, 11 West collaborates with each client to craft custom apparel and promotional products. For more information, visit 11west.com, call 540-639-9319, or stop by their location at 6598 New River Road in Radford. 11 West, outfitting America and logo wear.
Thompson Brooks Insurance has been serving Virginia for over 35 years, helping individuals and businesses with their insurance and investment needs. The team at Thompson Brooks is experienced in understanding Medicare, retirement planning, life insurance, the healthcare marketplace, and group insurance benefits. Call Thompson Brooks Insurance at 434-385-8500. That's 434-385-8500, or visit them online at thompsonbrooksinsurance.com. Thompson Brooks Insurance, planning today for tomorrow.
You've been listening to live radio coverage of Liberty Lady Flames basketball from Van Wagner on the Liberty Flames Sports Network. Now, back to the Coca-Cola post-game locker room report.
Boone to Hess with 10 seconds on the clock. Dribbles to the far wing and finds Ayestada. She's looking post with nothing there. Back to Hess. Hess takes a long three. Got it! Emma Hess from 30! And the Flames lead by 6. Wow! Talk about a senior living up to the moment.
That Emma Hess dagger that put the Flames up 6 with 45 seconds left, of course, is our Freedom First Credit Union play of the game. She was also our player of the game, presented by Thomas Brooks Insurance as well. Welcome back into our Lynchburg studios. We'll get back out to Huntsville to interview players, and of course, head coach Carrie Green after Liberty win the Conference USA Championship 53-48. Also starting very soon is the men's broadcast of Liberty and Jacksonville State in the Conference USA men's title game. You can hear that on the Liberty Flames Sports Network. But first, let's get to your out-of-town scoreboard. So all of these games have gone final in the women's side today in the Big West Championship Final. UC San Diego is going to the Big Dance. They defeat UC Davis 73-60. Grand Canyon gets the win over UT Arlington at 65-62 in the WAC Tournament Final. Campbell heading to the Conference USA, the CAA, different C. Campbell championship game as they defeat Charleston 80-59. Norfolk State heads into the Big Dance. They defeat Howard in the MEAC final 68-56. Ball State wins the MAC 65-58. In the MAAC championship game, Fairfield defeats Quinnipiac 76-53. William & Mary will take on Campbell in that CAA final as they defeated Drexel 76-54. Florida Gulf goes to head into the Big Dance 68-51 in the A-Sun. In the NBC semifinal, we'll have Murray State advancing. They will take on Belmont, who got the win 76-67. Southern heading to the Big Dance in the SWAC final as they defeat Alcorn State 64-44. And Harvard advances to the Ivy League final as they defeat Columbia 74-71. As for the men's games going on right now, starting with the current action in the AAC semifinal, the winner will take on Memphis. UAB up 56-46 over North Texas. The Big 12 championship game, Arizona 62, Houston 61, with 5:32 left in that one. Then in the Mountain West championship game, Colorado State 43, Boise State 42, with 4:20 left in the second half. Then the Big East championship in Madden, St. John's 47, Creighton 44. As Creighton is looking to win their first Big East title. St. John's looking to win their first title since 2000 in the Big East. In the MAAC championship game on the men's side, Iona up 18-9, 7-11 in the first. In the MAC championship game on the men's side, Miami, Ohio up 29-15 with 9:48 left. A couple finals for you. That Memphis game, as mentioned, 78-77. They advanced to the AAC final. An all-Virginia school A10 final as George Mason wins and VCU won as well. Michigan advances to the Big Ten final as they defeat Maryland 81-80. They'll take on Wisconsin, defeated Michigan State 77-74. And then Tennessee will take on Florida in the SEC championship game as Tennessee beat Auburn and Florida beat Alabama. And two more tickets for Punch Day as Bryant defeated Maine 77-59, and Norfolk State defeated South Carolina State 66-65 to win the American East and the MEAC, respectively. And before I head back out to the birthday boy, I want to correct myself. Thompson Brooks Insurance, we had MS be the player of the game. Now, let's head back out to Huntsville with Jamie Hall, the birthday boy, looking not a day over 30 as we're celebrating a Conference USA Championship. So I know like 600 people have already told you this, but happy birthday, Jamie.
Well, I appreciate that. I've got a friend that we're the same age, went to high school together, and he said happy birthday, and I was like, all right, we're gonna start using, instead of we'll consider that our age is in Fahrenheit. We're gonna switch to Celsius. But then when I did the math on it, that would have made me 10, which some would say with my humor that may be about right. But
are we all 10 at heart?
I think so. I think that was probably our favorite time in life, somewhere between 10 and 12, when we probably enjoyed the silly things a little bit more than maybe we get to now. But, yeah, what a birthday present the Lady Flames given me today. I can't ask for anything better. It happened once before. They won a Big South Championship over Gardner-Webb on my birthday. Gosh, Paul Carmody knows better than me. I think it was back in 2011, if I remember right. They played Gardner-Webb 3 straight years, won 2 and lost 1. But it's been a while. Just winning a championship, it's been a little while. They shared a title back in 2020 when COVID ended the season right before the championship. They were set to play Florida Gulf Coast for the title, which actually would have been on my birthday that year. Not that this is about me, but Paul gave me all this information yesterday. He's, like I said, he knows more about me than I do. And thanks to Paul Carmody, I don't say it enough, for the job that he does. He certainly makes me sound a whole lot smarter than I am with his game notes and information that he texts me throughout the game, keeps me up to date on Well, right now, he just sent me a text that said they've started the presser. So Coach Green will be talking to the media back in the press room, and we'll get a chance to get a quick word with him before we head out of town. And he's got a new trophy to put in the case. But yeah, the Lady Flames won all those titles back in the Big South, and it kind of became expected almost. And it's not that easy to win conference championships at any level. I know there's a few programs like UConn that made it look easy for a long time, and before that, Tennessee and the SEC made it look easy for a little while. But overall, it is hard to win championships, period. And to win 17 in the Big South was amazing. And again, they had that kind of shared title with Florida Gulf Coast because the championship game didn't get played. But overall, it's not easy to win. And the last one that Liberty won for the women was back in 2018. They had a dry run during the ASUN seasons, always kind of butting heads with FGCU, and could never quite get over the top to win a title. Went to multiple championships, but just couldn't get the victory. And then last year, it seemed like, boy, you know, it's deja vu. You've got a team that's very good in the ASUN and Florida Gulf Coast. Now you got a very good team in Middle Tennessee that had dominated the league and won the title. Didn't lose a game in the regular season last year, and you're playing them for the championship. And the Flames came up short. The flip things to this year, and at the beginning of the year, kind of the same thing. Middle Tennessee knocks off Liberty in that first game of the season. Second game of the season. Flames had beaten WKU, and then the second conference game at Middle Tennessee, the Lady Raiders won 69-41, and it was kind of like, oh, here this is again. But the Flames were able to play so well against the Lady Raiders in the second game in Liberty Arena. Ended up getting a 19-point win. It wasn't that close. And now the sense of this team's not invincible. We can beat them. We're as good as they are. And if we play our best, we're better than they are. And you saw that confidence all throughout the game today. It became a defensive slugfest, and the Flames were willing to go toe-to-toe in the post, holding Boldareva to a poor game by her standards, 4 of 15 from the field, only 12 points. And then Liberty hit the shots that they needed, especially behind the three-point arc. 9 made three-pointers to only 5 for Middle Tennessee, and really that's one of the big differences in this basketball game, that and being a +5 on the offensive glass in a game that you win by 5. So, Trey, that was a long-winded answer to whatever your question was about 5 minutes ago. But yeah, it was a solid turnaround for Liberty. They got initial monkey off of their back of beating Middle Tennessee in the regular season, and then they just, and full credit to the Lady Raiders. They're a very good basketball team, and they deserve to be playing somewhere in the postseason, whether it be the WBIT or the WNIT, and they could make a run in either of those tournaments. They're that good, but the Flames just worked a tad bit harder than them today and were able to squeak out this victory. And eventually the final score was a 5-point win, 53-48. Well, Trey, I put you on the spot last game. I'm going to put you on the spot again. Can we work out one extra break? And I think if we take that, it's going to time out about right for Coach Carrie Green to get out of the press conference and have a final quick word with us before we head out to Lynchburg with a net, some nice hats, and a trophy.
Yeah, we can.
I'm ready.
Thompson Brooks Insurance has been serving Virginia for over 35 years, helping individuals and businesses with their insurance and investment needs. The team at Thompson Brooks is experienced in understanding Medicare, retirement planning, life insurance, the healthcare marketplace, and group insurance benefits. Call Thompson Brooks Insurance at 434-385-8500. That's 434-385-8500, or visit them online at thompsonbrooksinsurance.com. Thompson Brooks Insurance, planning today for tomorrow.
Century Exteriors offers exterior home renovations, including but not limited to gutters, roofing, siding, home additions, and much more. Century Exteriors makes the process seamless. Call 434-239-9999 888-678-6722 for a free on-site estimate, or visit us at centuryexteriors.com and Century Exteriors on Facebook and Instagram.
At Carter Bank, we believe life is best lived full of opportunities and dreams, of goals achieved and promises kept. We've been creating opportunities for more people and businesses to prosper since 1974. That means great local lending, convenient access to your money, accounts and guidance that make it easier to get more done. We are Carter Bank, the preferred community bank of Liberty Flames Athletics. Visit carterbank.com to learn more. Member FDIC, Equal Opportunity Lender.
I'm Bob Davis. If you're considering improving your backyard, AquaPros has just what you need. For the grilling devotee, nothing beats the big green egg. Everything tastes better when it's cooked on a big green egg. AquaPros has the full line of green egg grills, charcoal, and accessories. Since 1985, AquaPros has been the source for the world's greatest hot tub, American-made marquee spas. Stop into any of AquaPro's 4 showrooms today and make your home a fun and relaxing resort.
You've been listening to live radio coverage of Liberty Lady Flames basketball from Van Wagner on the Liberty Flames Sports Network. Now, back to the Coca-Cola post-game locker room report.
From here in Huntsville, Alabama, the Lady Flames have knocked off Middle Tennessee 53-48 to take the Conference USA title in their second year in the league. They'll go on to the NCAA tournament. Selection show is tomorrow night at 8 o'clock to find out where they play next, which would likely be not in the first 4. They would be playing in the main round of the NCAA tournament, probably somewhere around a 14 seed, but we'll see. Lady Flames will get a boost in their net ranking by beating Middle Tennessee again. Middle Tennessee was hovering around top 50. Liberty was in the 80s, so they might even squeak into the 70s with this victory, which should certainly line them up to not be a 15 or 16 seed. They might even be able to get up to the 13 line. We'll see. That's all speculation, and it doesn't really matter. They're just happy that they're going to be going to the NCAA tournament. Who they play is a side thought right now. We're going to get Coach Carrie Green here in just a moment as he's finishing up his press conference. And it'll be a quick chat, and then we're going to have to pack up and get out of here. The ladies are going to the airport to fly out, unfortunately, before the men's game starts, because the same plane that's taking the Lady Flames home is going to have to come back to Huntsville tonight and pick up the Liberty men and take them home. And then it's in service for NASCAR tomorrow, so there's not a lot of margin for error as far as that is concerned. So we'll hopefully get back to Lynchburg, weather permitting. There is some bad weather in the Mississippi, Alabama, Louisiana part of the country, Tennessee, even up into Kentucky. It's heading towards Virginia. Virginia's going to get it not quite as bad as it is here, but the bad weather in Virginia will be tomorrow. I want to thank Will Stafford, WSCT meteorologist, for keeping us kind of in the loop today. He's been sending some texts to me and Alan York to let us know tornado warnings and various issues that might affect us. But so far, at least the Huntsville portion of Alabama hasn't been hit too hard. But there is still a potential threat for the next couple of hours, and getting out of the airport could be tough. Hopefully there's a gap where it's just rain and no wind and thunderstorms, but it could be a little bit dicey, so we would certainly covet your prayers as we travel home, and then the Liberty men will travel home after their game tonight as well. Speaking of that game, it is a 37 tip-off for the men, so their broadcast is already underway. Alan York on the air, Jason Prill in the studio. You can follow that on libertyflames.com as well as the Liberty Flames app. It's also on locally on the radio and YouTube and Facebook, the Liberty Flames accounts. They take on Jack State to try to sweep the conference championships on the women's and men's side. The Lady Flames beat Middle Tennessee just a while ago, 53-48 to secure their 18th trip to the NCAA tournament, their 15th, while Coach Carrie Green has been at the helm. Also want to thank the folks here at the Von Braun Center, Probst Arena, and Conference USA. The hospitality has been great. The food has been tremendous. There's a place called Rosie's that catered yesterday. It's a Mexican restaurant that had some of the best queso I've ever had in my life. And then Walton's was the restaurant that catered today. So Walton's and Rosie's among those that kept us well fed this week. And again, the hospitality of everybody here in Huntsville. They love to have the tournament here. They're going to have it at least one more season, as it's scheduled to come back next year also. Looking down the way, seems like the press conference might be letting out. I see some people walking out of that tunnel, so hopefully we'll get Coach Carrie Green on for a quick word any time now. Selection show tomorrow night. If you just joined, 8 o'clock, ESPN will tell us where the Lady Flames are going to be playing. I imagine Middle Tennessee is going to be playing somewhere as well. WBIT or WNIT. Western Kentucky certainly has the resume to continue playing as they finished up with a 20-win season. Other winning records around the league too. New Mexico State, Louisiana Tech, maybe they end up playing some postseason basketball as well. There's a lot of parity top to bottom throughout this league, especially on the men's side. But on the women's side, the parity is maybe more from 1 to 6. But some good records and maybe some other postseason participants other than just the Flames and Middle Tennessee. And I see the press conference has broken up. John Manson from Sea of Red has walked out, so that means the presser must be over and Coach Carrie Green can't be far behind. I want to thank also the television crews, CBS Today, but especially the ESPN Plus crew, which is from Liberty. So all of our Liberty folks made their way down, took some buses in, brought all the equipment, and they covered all of the ESPN Plus games this week. So they had 14 games in 4 days that they broadcast, putting in a lot of hours, but doing a great job, and also getting us with the audio here courtside that you hear from the nets and the rims and the players squeaking across the floor. Well, oddly, I see everybody out of the press conference from a media standpoint, but I don't see Coach Green yet. So we'll stall for a couple more minutes. Give you the final records for Middle Tennessee. They finish up the year 26-8. I say finish up the year. They've got basketball left to play. They're currently 26-8. The Lady Flames are now 26-7. One more game for Middle Tennessee. They played in one of those exempt tournaments that allow you to get more than 29 games in. Both of these teams finished 16-2 and were tied for the regular season title. The Flames got the #1 seed by way of tiebreaker. And that's why they were wearing the white uniforms in today's game and had a little bit easier bracket to get through. The 1 seed had about 3 hours more rest last night. So the Flames were able to get in the bed, get a little bit more rest on this quick turnaround. It was kind of a unique setup where on the men's side of things, they had to play their quarterfinals and then their semis back-to-back, night and then morning. And then it flipped the other way for the women. They had to play their semifinal games at night and then flip around and play the early game today. But early is relative. It was a 4:30 start time, so it wasn't like it was 11 in the morning or something like some of these games throughout the week have been. I still don't see Coach Carrie Green. I don't think he forgot about us, because I know Paul Carmody was over there with him in the press conference. And now I see him walking out. Both of them, as a matter of fact, heading this way. So we'll get a quick word with Coach Green to wrap up the broadcast. And next be with you for the NCAA tournament. That has a pretty nice sound to it, doesn't it? It's a long walk around Probst Arena to get to the broadcast site. This building is massive. It's got a high ceiling. It's got a lot of seats. It holds 8,300, but it really feels bigger than that because the sides have so many seats. The end zones are a little bit smaller, but it's made for hockey. And they have the havoc of the Southern Professional Hockey League that play here. This year, though, they were off for 2 weeks, away for 2 weeks. They melted the ice. Last year, the ice was underneath the floor, and it was freezing in here. And this time around, it's cool, but much, much more pleasant than it was a season ago. Well, I swear I saw him. I don't know what happened to him. I see Paul down the tunnel, but I don't see Coach Green anymore. Okay, now he's maybe stopped off to get a Diet Coke or something. Now he's heading this way. And we're going to get him mic'd up and get a quick word before we head home. The first thing I notice is that you're wet.
Yeah. Jamie, I thought they'd show me a little respect, but they certainly didn't. And I'm okay. I'll take every victory, celebration, shower I can get. And they got me when I walked in. And I looked, and I didn't see any water bottles, so I thought it was good. But they had the water bottles, you know.
The big one?
No, I was afraid of the big ones. But they got me. And I'll take every one of those I possibly can get. So it was a sweet victory. You know, Bella stepped up, double-double, big three from Emma Hess. Asia Boone played so solid. And then we had a little general out there, Jordan Hodges, which I saw you had her over here a little earlier. She is so much heartbeat of her team. And just to celebrate this together, and it's been a team thing. You know, when we keep talking about our bench, and bench was contributing throughout the year, and all the work that they started even from this time last year, and all the work they did here in the summer. So I'm happy for them. I'm happy that they get to experience the NCAA tournament, and we're excited for that opportunity.
You know, there was a while there where we might have even taken NCAA tournaments for granted a little bit. There were so many of them.
Yeah.
14 and your first 17 seasons or something like that. And there's been just a little bit of a lull. Now, there's a lot of programs that would go, one every 8 years is perfectly fine because they've never had an NCAA tournament. But the fact that you go back to 2008, the last time you went, make this one just a little bit sweeter.
Oh, yeah. The program has been successful. We've been in championships. Just wasn't able to score one more point than our opponent. And but I feel like I think we all really will appreciate this year, this opportunity even more because, the expectations got so high you couldn't keep it going. And I don't know if it still is, but in the Big South, it was the number one sports achievement in the whole Big South, and that was a decade of championships and decades straight of NCAA. The only thing would probably rival it in my mind was Coastal Carolina won a national championship. That's pretty good there, too.
Baseball.
But in baseball.
Yep.
In baseball. So we're glad to be dancing. And those girls are still dancing out there in the locker room and all kinds of things. We're having fun.
I don't think people realize how good Conference USA is in all sports, but in basketball especially. Nothing against the Big South and nothing against the A-Sun. It was a step up and then a step up, but now you're talking about a legitimate top mid-major conference that you've got to win in with a team in Middle Tennessee, and then you got La Tech and you got Western Kentucky that are perennial women's basketball powerhouses.
Yeah, they got the history and tradition. We're only 1971. We're a little over 50 years old, and and so we've had a long road, and God's been really good to us, and we want to give him all the glory. And the administration at Liberty, the athletic department, and the senior leadership, they all give us a great opportunity to be successful. And Liberty's a unique and special place. And the players that come in are typically wonderful people, and we've been blessed. It makes it easy, and I feel like I got the best job in the world, and I don't know if I even call it a job, because it's wonderful to work with a staff, an administration, and some players that have one heartbeat, and that's to honor and glorify God, in this particular case in basketball.
Last quick thing for you. The girls like to call them the Nation, but Flames Nation, not the biggest crowd because it's so far to get to Huntsville, Alabama, but there were 200 or 300 folks behind you today that were making so much noise.
Yeah, and we're certainly grateful for them. And, they were outnumbered probably about 5-1 here. And Middle Tennessee is probably an hour and a half drive. And our people was wearing the red, and they were loud, and they certainly gave us a little boost. And
all season long.
All season long, and especially here. And I have to agree with every one of them. I heard some boos and things like that towards the referees, and I agree with them on that. But we had to fight through that. We even talked about that at halftime, because I was talking a lot of trash or smack to the referees, and they didn't get in the championship game just because they were not good officials. They were very good officials. I was just working them and feeling like I could manipulate them, and I couldn't. But at halftime, we just simply, I said, look, I'm keeping my mouth shut. I don't want you to be influenced by a call. Let's go out there and let's just be the tougher team and win the game.
That's the way it went down.
Yep.
Congratulations, Coach.
Thank you, Jamie. Happy birthday.
Thank you. And we'll find out tomorrow night where the party's going to go from here.
Yep, thank you.
That was head coach Carrie Green. Lady Flames knock off Middle Tennessee 53-48. Again, the selection show is tomorrow night on ESPN at 8:30. And we'll follow the Lady Flames wherever they head to from here. That's going to do it for the broadcast. I want to thank everybody for tuning in, whether it be on Facebook Live, YouTube, the Liberty Flames website, the Liberty Flames app. We certainly appreciate everybody that's tuning in. A lot of thank yous for those that have made comments throughout the day where they've been listening from. And definitely don't have time to get to them all, but just scroll through on Facebook and YouTube, and you can see all the folks from all over the country following the Lady Flames, and they've got at least one more basketball game left to go as they are Conference USA champions. I also want to thank Trey back in the studio for his hard work. Earlier this week, Steve Stillwell filled in and did a great job. Nick Pierce is always the one coordinating all the scheduling, and then Alan York, the director of the Liberty Flames Sports Network, who is sitting to my right and getting ready to call a men's championship game, which will start off here in just a couple of moments, actually. The starting lineups are being announced, so you can flip over and listen to Alan. He's on Liberty Flames YouTube, Liberty Flames Facebook, as well as the app and on radio as well. Until we talk again, once more, the Lady Flames beat Middle Tennessee 53-48. So long, and God bless. This is Jamie Hall from Huntsville.
You've been listening to the Coca-Cola Postgame Locker Room Report and Liberty Lady Flames basketball from Van Wagner on the Liberty Flames Sports Network. This game has been brought to you in part by Joe Yock with Alcova Mortgage, showing you the way home. Aqua Pros, pools, hot tubs, and hearth. Carillion Clinic, inspiring better health. Carter Bank, life lived full. Coca-Cola, taste the feeling. Crossroads Family Dentistry. Earthright Mid-Atlantic, your trusted solar and energy efficiency experts. 11 West.